Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session here of the Tal'Dorei campaign. Now, before we jump right into the action, we have a few short announcements to make. As per usual, we have open slots. If you're watching this, you probably like D&D. If you like D&D, why not come play with us? We have pay-to-play games where you can jump in and join in on all of the fun and action as you would like. Be more than happy to integrate anybody in, new, experienced, old, I don't care. Come on in, join our community. As long as you're willing to pay for it, you're willing to play. Outside of that, if you are not able to join one of our games, please consider donating here at the channel. It can help us out tremendously. It helps me improvise or improve some of the aspects of the stream quality, the games, and such things like that. For instance, the money I've made off of Twitch so far just went to buying me a new portable monitor that'll be getting here Wednesday, so that it's more of a fluid situation of me integrating myself into the game while watching chat over on the side. So yeah, things like that, just go in and help us out with it. And also, don't forget, if any of you are Twitch Prime subscribers, you have a juicy Twitch Prime subscription that you get each month. You just have to spend it. I don't say that you have to use it here, just use it on somebody. It helps out small streamers, small communities, as well as get you a bunch of fancy emotes for the bigger ones if you want to use it there. Just remember, if you do have that Twitch Prime, to always use your subscription. Outside of that, I have a new command that I just started doing, and that's called projects. If you are interested in what I am doing on the side, as of now, it's not a whole lot, but if you are interested, you can always do ! projects in our chat and find out what is going on, what I'm working on, anything else out there happening. And as of now, I am playing Felix on bi-weekly Monday afternoons, starting at 2 p.m. EDT, as well as working on the actual module for my Murder of Savannah campaign, which some of you might have watched while I was doing that for the Alzheimer's Association fundraiser that I participated in. If you are interested in any of those, reach out, ask me questions. I'd be more than happy to help people out, help them figure out what's going on, or just, geek out about nerdy shit, because that's what I do. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything else I really need to go over. So, Jimmy, tell us what happened last time here in Tal'Dorei.
Yeah, so last session, our group found itself going to the fabled destination of the Raven's Nest, I believe. And we were currently at Falcone Castle, spent a bit of time there. Corvin was met in the night by one of the younger lasses of that castle, and kind of learned that they had some exposure previously to the Myriad, which I think I do kind of recall. And aside from that, we awoke in the morning. I don't think there was much else that happened that night, and kind of set off from there to go find this place. We had left behind our horses, our carriage, much to Jimmy's dismay, and set off. It seemed kind of peculiar as we spent some time traveling and searching for this place. We couldn't really find any forest. It definitely seemed to be an elusive place of sorts. Whereupon we came upon a puddle. I believe it was a puddle of blood that was quite peculiar within a crater. Is that correct, Jero?
That is correct.
Yep. So upon inspection of the puddle itself, Dorzen was the first one to actually interact with it and submerged himself within said puddle, after which I think it was Ilarin, correct, who jumped in next?
Yes.
Followed by Jimmy. And turns out that within the puddle, Dorzen had an encounter of sorts with the Raven Queen himself in some form or another. And upon pulling his pretty much unconscious body from the puddle, Jimmy and Ilarin revitalized Dorzen and kind of learned about his journey and what he heard from the Raven Queen. Upon turning around, it had appeared we were at the threshold of said raven's nest, and that's kind of where we found ourselves at the end of the last session.
Alrighty. So, all of you are looking out over a vast forestation that seemed to have magically appeared despite your assurance that nothing was there previously. Dorzen is still mostly shaken and partially soakened from the blood. However, it has subsided quite a bit thanks to Prissa's prestidigitation. You all stare over at it, but 100 yards away from you. The tips of the trees cresting up towards the sky, far beyond the usual reaches of any forestation you all have experienced. A very darkened tone encompassing them. It is very deep-seated pine trees, oak trees, all manners of different liveliness, but darker in coloration than usual. The woods themselves seem to sway ever so slightly as you are peering over at this forestation. What would you all like to do?
So, you're okay now, right, Dorzen? You okay?
Dorzen, that's you.
I didn't hear any of what she just said.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No, it was lit up, but I think the mic was muted halfway through that.
No, I heard perfectly.
You heard perfectly?
He must just be very cold, Prissa.
Yes.
Maybe if you repeat
Prissa
yourself,
asked
he might
if you're
hear
okay now.
Yeah, just seeing how he's so cold still, Prissa's gonna keep prestidigitating to make his clothes and stuff warm him up.
I'm gonna start building a fire. Since I think we're staying here for the night, yeah?
I would like that, yes. Thank you, Prissa.
Prissa helps Corvin out building a fire by casting Firebolt.
I'll do it.
So as a few branches are laid down very slowly, Corvin takes up his match and Inferno ignites.
Find us some stones to make sure the fire doesn't spread.
I'll take care of it.
Is that an issue here?
Well, it's better to take care of any traveler's path, even one hidden by illusions. Yes.
Also, we don't want to burn down the forest.
Could be an issue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might make the Raven Queen kind of mad at us.
Mm-hmm. And yep.
So, you all build yourselves a fire. Nice, relaxing occasion. Dorzen, despite the persistence of spellcasting from Prissa, as well as the warmth of the fire, you still have that little chill across your back. Not uncomfortable for you. You're used to it. It's actually very cozy compared to what you've been experiencing here in Tal'Dorei.
Like lying in a bank of snow.
Yeah. So, you all set up camp and sit around staring off into the distance at that vast forest. Evening is starting to crest and the sun is setting. You all
We
hunker
are
for the night?
Yeah, we're just at the edge of the forest.
You're about 100 yards out, but you can see it.
Okay. Well, I suppose it's time to organize our shifts.
Yes, we could always use the ones we had. Well, for the travel up to Falcon.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
I can take one of the later night watches.
Yes, I can cover 2 shifts.
Dorzin's gonna just stay up for like the first shift because he's still like processing everything that's happened to him.
Do we, Jero, from where we are, do we still see that puddle? Like,
Oh yeah, you guys are right next to it.
okay.
It hasn't gone anywhere. It's very still.
Did anyone find out what exactly that puddle was?
What's that smell? It's blood.
Dorzen found out.
Well,
I
yes.
don't think he's really said anything much about it.
No.
Also, I came out covered in freaking blood, effectively. I think you can assume what it was.
It seemed like it could have some sort of mystical properties.
Also, the first thing Dorzen said when he came out of the puddle was like, "Are all gods like that?" That was the first thing he said.
And you
Can
got an
I-
appropriate response.
I'm gonna roll a religion check.
Sure.
On the to see if I know anything about or heard anything about a puddle of blood in the forest
Go for it.
that shakes you up. Oh, that's a good start.
So, one of the reasons people are not very fond of being worshippers of the Raven Queen is because of her domains: death, destiny, and blood. All three of which are under her direct control. Or her guidance, as she always refers to it. The puddle of blood must be some symbolic nature towards her connection towards humankind. You are aware that the Raven Queen used to be immortal, though long, long ago she ascended to her godliness. And, well, that is her respecting the nature of blood for other mortals and the shared connection she has between all of them and herself.
Right. So, the blood pool may somehow have allowed you to not communicate per se, but granted you a connection with the Raven Queen of some
No,
kind.
I'd say communicate. She was right in front of me.
Okay, well, would you like to tell anything more?
I don't want to talk about it.
That is quite a first experience with a god.
I mean, if it took this just to find the forest, what do you think the chances are that, anybody from the Myriad were even able to do so? I have a hard time believing it.
Well, they must have had their ways.
Yes, powerful spellcaster, perhaps.
If
Yeah.
they're connected to that being back in the Ivy Heart, then maybe they use that to circumvent something.
I heard my name.
Sorry, Prissa just said what I was going to ask you.
Well, if nothing else, let us presume they managed to find their way in, and stay on our toes while we traverse the forests.
Alrighty. Then, you all start winding down, finding a little bit of rest, and some of you staying up a little bit later into your shifts than usual. Just staring down and contemplating what all of this means, what can be transpiring. However, through the evening, Prissa sets up her tiny hut. Nothing seems to happen. You all wake up cozy, comfortable, and a little chilly. You're getting closer towards the northern section of Tal'Dorei, so it is to be expected that the temperature starts lowering.
There's still noises of animals and stuff, or is it like
The forest
Quiet,
is completely
quiet.
still.
okay?
I will change out some spells at least.
Alrighty.
Me too.
Alrighty.
I have spells.
I'm kidding.
cannot use.
I can't do that.
Sure. Yes, Dorson, you have spells.
That I cannot use because I don't have a holy symbol or anything. I don't think.
Not yet. You can use the cantrips, but not anything.
Oh, I
else.
can use cantrips. Okay, that's
I'll
good.
allow the cantrips without any focus. However, if you find material components, you can always use that.
I mean, we're going to a former temple of the Raven Queen. I'm sure I can find something there.
Sure.
Yeah,
Or,
and
we could find that guy from Resident Evil 4, the little, like, hooded, shady dealer.
What you buying?
Yeah, that guy.
there's also everything without material components. It's just, and you always have the blood.
That
Yeah,
is
but
one of the perks.
it makes sense character-wise that he doesn't since
Yeah.
he doesn't know magic, that he would need that extra help.
That's fair. Anyway,
Alright. So,
good morning to you all.
So now that we can see the way, maybe it'll be easier to use this map, or do you think this map is useless pretty much from here on?
It couldn't hurt to scout out as much as we can.
Yes, make the map a little bit more detailed.
You are who said they were a map maker? Was that you, Alarn? Did you state?
No, not a map maker. No. I remember maps. I remember the terrain.
I guess editing anything might be useful for. I could see that being a decent amount of coin, couldn't it? Coming back with a more accurate map of the Raven's Nest.
Not so sure she would like us profiting from it. She might
Also, who
revoke.
else would be able to use it?
Well, I mean,
Ah,
if
could be.
we could map it out and provide it to the followers of her worship.
That would be worth the cause, I believe. I'm sure Pike would be able to the updated map to the right place.
Dorzen, I know you don't really want to talk about your experience, but just out of curiosity, specifically, the queen, she didn't mention anything about this Yorick character, did she?
She does not want to acknowledge him.
I mean, this is just my opinion, but that seems a little bit irresponsible.
He wants her to acknowledge him, to help fight him. For something like him, it is best to be forgotten. I
Well,
think.
I don't know if I agree with that, because if we forget, then how do we learn?
Some things are not meant to be learned.
I could see something being spiteful towards wanting to be thrown away and forgotten. Something could get quite upset about that. It may be forgotten for a while, but I mean, how long does one thing truly stay forgotten or buried?
Well, I suppose that depends on who buried it.
Who wants it to be buried?
Well, I suppose if this is where we are and the Raven's Nest is her home, we're just kind of standing in the foyer. It seems a bit rude not to go inside at this point.
You've been invited. Might as well check it out. Is that what you're saying, Jimmy?
Maybe it's just safer to speak with her in there than it is out here. I don't know.
Well, I
We don't even
mean,
know.
if this is the foyer, do you think that there's maybe a library or a knowledge base that we can visit?
Only one way to find out. That's if we go there. But might as well head in. I don't know. I guess we'll get the map and then decide which way to head.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Your map.
with the illusion.
Your map has no geography of that forestation. It just
Oh,
shows
God.
trees.
Yep, this is useless. Rolls it up, puts it in the bag.
Prissa goes ahead and sends Dr. York ahead of them just to kind of like scout out the.
Wait. He was a professor. When did he get his doctorate? This owl's been studying for years.
He was always Dr. York, but I always kept confusing with Professor, and it's just
He got a
Yeah.
promotion when she did.
exactly,
It's not really a promotion, just one's practice, one's teaching.
exactly.
So, your tiny owl just flying off towards the forest line, soaring across, and eventually, how far do you allow it to get away from you before anything?
I don't want him going too far, so maybe at least like 100 feet, maybe
All right.
would be the limit.
Flies out 100 feet. Still, I think that puts it 1/3 the way to the forest.
Oh no, I want him to like at least enter the forest a little bit, just to kind of take
Okay.
a peek.
Then, the moment he cresses the forest line, you lose your connection with him.
Wait. Dr. York? Can I try to snap him back to where I'm at?
You snap your finger. That dismisses him.
And I snap him back.
He appears on your shoulder.
Okay. Whew. I was
What
afraid
is the
there, little
matter?
guy. Oh, I was afraid that, like, once again, he got maybe knocked back to his plane against his will.
Oh, did something happen?
It was back at the Ivy Heart. I don't want to talk about it.
You see,
Very well.
Dr. Urich also swallows the tail of a rat.
It seems he had a good time in this forest at least.
Doors and I'll race you to the woods.
Oh, wait for me. And I quickly grab my stuff and I like run up to Dorzen and jump on top of him.
I will join you on that race. Seems
Won't it
like
be fun to see your goddess's face?
Wait, I haven't finished donning my armor yet.
It's so much harder without his people here.
Yeah.
Can Prissy use mage armor to help him?
That wouldn't
Mage
do anything.
armor?
Oh, sorry, no, mage hand. Mage
Oh,
hand.
that would do very little. His armor
that's
is
pound limit.
fucking heavy.
Heavy armor is more than 10 pounds.
Yurik, I believe you have the heaviest of armor, correct?
Yeah, full
Yeah.
plate man. But the different parts of it doesn't necessarily weigh that much. But
Yeah.
Like, it could
You're gonna
maybe it's
unhook
mage
all
hand
those
to.
straps individually to
Yeah.
have the
It just
mage
starts
hand help you?
tying for you.
She's helping with like the breastplate stretcher and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like stop in my tracks, turn around, and I run over to York real quick. And it's like putting together a puzzle for Jimmy, but it's like a, kindergarten puzzle. He's like, there, that goes there, that goes there. And he's just putting it on like super quick.
Not so fast. It needs to be adjusted correctly.
Don't worry about it. And he like pulls a strap and you just feel your shoulder tense up really quick. But it feels good. It's on there.
As if by magic, he pulls one strap after assembling different sections, and it just tightens to your body, and you're like, huh.
All right. Well, not sure I like the method, but I can't argue with the results. Well, thank you. I'm ready to go.
Ready. So, You all start walking towards the forest.
Yeah.
Moving closer over towards the edge. When you're about 100 feet away from it, I want all of you that are naturally attuned to give me a perception check.
You mean proficient?
Attuned with nature.
People who are
naturally attuned.
people who consider themselves close with nature.
Does Dorson count?
Is it specific nature?
Nature in general.
Okay.
I understand the natural world. Like, I have proficiency in nature, but I don't know what type of sense you're going for, Jero. So should I roll?
No, you should not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not consider you
I
one
think-
with nature.
Because
I think it's more
basically if
talking
you're
about
druid or fey, I suppose.
Yeah.
Ranger, maybe.
Yeah, no. So
ancient paladin.
yeah, that makes sense. Ilarin and Dorzen. Well, actually, let's start with Corvin. Corvin, as you are looking over towards the forest line, you do see the darkened state of the woods, and there's something that just seems different about it. I mean, you're not terribly familiar with trees, but they seem off. Ilarin and Dorzen, however, as you are looking at the vast, large trunks of these trees, they're dark, very dark. And the earth around them is almost blackened, grayscaled. It's odd to put your finger on it. It doesn't seem unnatural, it just seems misplaced.
Alarm will walk a bit faster and get up close, and he will divine sense to see if the land is consecrated or desecrated.
Already? As you get close enough to be within range, you sit there and breathe in the calm air around you, and right out towards you at the forest line, it is consecrated.
I was worried for a little while, but it seems this is the divine touch of the Raven Queen.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
I suppose it makes sense, being a goddess of death.
Doesn't really look very welcoming at all, really, I must say, but
Well, I mean, she doesn't like undead, so if we're going in these runes, at least that's probably something we won't have to deal with.
Yes, I feel undead would not feel good in these forests.
So, who's the first one to step inside?
Alarm gladly takes the leap.
Assuming Chris is on Dorzen's back, though, too. So
Dorzen and
I thought
Ilarin.
Jimmy was on Dorzen's back.
They're both
we
gnomes.
both can be.
Yeah, they're both
Alright,
little.
great, both of you.
Yeah.
One of us is a halfling, though, DM.
I am so sorry. You're both not real people. So,
I see.
Hey,
no,
hey,
that's a lie.
we're not-
Halflings are real people.
Oh.
Poor Preza.
I told you from the get-go, I hate gnomes. Pris is adorable, but gnomes. Now, you walk over towards the forest line, Ilarin, Dorzen being the first two to crest through, and the first thing that you notice as you walk through the threshold of the line is there's no wind. There's a stillness. There's no temperature. It's not cold, it's not hot, it just is. It's a very odd sensation for all of you. And as the two of them step through, Yurik, you see slowly, Corvin as well, that all four of them step into the tree line, and it shifts. The trees bellow in different directions, and then you can't see your allies anymore.
are you guys still there?
You all look back behind you, and you don't see...
Do we hear them?
No, you don't see them, you don't hear them, you just see the edge of the forest.
Can Prissa, like, since she already knows this some kind of illusion, she just like study this for future references and maybe learn something from it?
Roll an Arcana check, Prissa.
It's more than an illusion.
While she's doing that, I'm sort of turning to the rest of the group that hasn't gone into the forest yet. I guess that would be just Jimmy and Prissa, maybe, or
Just me.
Just you two, yeah.
Just me.
Jimmy and Chris are with doors in, so we're in.
okay. Yep.
Prissa, whatever type of magic this is outside of your realm of current comprehension or study.
Well, I'm not sure if this forest has some sort of.
I'm gonna smack his horse's ass with the short sword. Just take off running.
Yeah, it runs right towards the forest. Yorick, do you want an animal handle to stop it?
Yes.
Alrighty, roll animal handling. Alrighty, immediately after about 10 feet or so, your horse just...
It's a trained war horse. With barding.
Shit.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? I mean, what the siren ray are you doing? Sorry.
Best way to learn is to jump right in, right? And I'm just gonna take off towards the woods.
Alrighty. You crest through the forest line. Yorick, you watch Corvin disappear. Same shifting of the trees and bellowing of them. Everyone else, you've been here for a couple of minutes waiting on your allies. It's odd they haven't stepped in yet. And then Corvin just steps through.
Oh, okay. There's Corvin. Corvin, is everything okay? You've been like back there for a few minutes.
Yorick is being
Rick?
cautious.
I see. I will go get him. Alarm will step outside the boundary again.
All right. You walk over to the tree's edge, and as you walk past one of the trees, you see more trees. You push and you get past another, and more trees.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
One way in, no way out. One way.
That is strange.
Yorick, you're waiting outside all by yourself.
Well, after Corvin rushed inside, I'm sort of giving it a few seconds, and then Are you guys able to hear me?
No response.
Right. Well, Bastion, I do apologize if this causes some sort of inconvenience, but I guess we'll have to follow them.
So, you carefully trud, and all of you watch as Yorick appears from behind one of the trees, stepping out. Ilarin, you turn around, and Yorick's right behind you. I need Yorick, Jimmy, Prissa, and Ilarin to give me wisdom saving throws. Ilarin with advantage.
Oh.
I mean, if this is this magic?
No advantage for you, Prissa.
It's divine.
So yeah, that's the 29.
Criminy.
You didn't. Wait. Oh, your aura is +4. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does everyone get that +4?
Only those within that amount of range, which would be whoever stepped into the forest line with him. So
probably
Jimmy, Prissa, only.
Well, didn't Lauren walk away from us?
He did, but only Jimmy and Prissa walked through at the time.
I would be close.
Effect.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
You were just waiting to do the once.
Prissa got 18, Jimmy got 21.
Okay. Thank you. You all look around at the very paled surroundings of this forest, and the dirt beneath you seems black and white, and as you reach down, you notice the pigmentation on each of you seems slightly duller than before. Corvin, if it was possible to get more...
Pale.
Yeah.
Question: when we walked through the trees, did it feel like Dorzen was going through like a different sort of like planish thing? Like, does it feel different than where he was originally?
Well, now that you're here, you can roll me a nature check and find out.
And I'm assuming everyone noticed how different the colors are here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Can
Dorzen,
I make...
it is definitely... You're no longer in Kansas.
Oh crap! I think I know. Me as a person knows. I think where you might be.
Yeah, I do as well.
However, your familiarity with where this is beyond your understanding.
Even though it's like the reverse of the Feywild?
It is beyond your understanding.
Darn. Okay.
Yeah.
Can Krissa make any sort of check to try to figure out why we're we're slightly paler colors, I guess?
Give me an intelligence check.
I'm gonna roll a religion check here.
Go for it. 15. I mean, there's a few different ways that pigmentation can be immediately evaporated from somebody. You are familiar with your time spent with Magum that the lowering of the blood cells inside of somebody's skin and body can actually cause them to pale and gray slightly. However, looking at your body and your innate understanding at this, or your baseline understanding of hemomancy, you can judge that you have plenty of blood inside your body to function as normal. Aside from that, there must be something interfering with the way your colors project.
Can we see the sun through the trees?
You look up and you see a light, but you don't see the sun through the trees. Yurik, you said religion, please.
Yeah, 15.
Oh, I didn't see that. 15.
Yeah, I rolled at the same time. So.
You don't feel much in this area. It's actually the expression of absence of sensation where you are standing. It is the absence of temperature. It is the absence of warmth. It is the absence of sense around you.
Jiro.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Primeval Awareness. Just get off my horse for a second, kind of pick up the dirt in the earth, and just kind of like close my eyes and just kind of listen to the nature and kind of try and feel out the area. And I'm casting Primeval Awareness.
What
Using a spell slot. I posted in chat
Yes.
for 1 minute. You can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you.
All of them.
And it's all of them.
Okay. There are...
It doesn't it doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, just what's in the area.
No aberrations.
Okay.
There are celestials. There
Okay.
are no dragons. There are no elementals. There are fae. There are fiends. And there are undead.
So, as I was about to say before you all rushed in here, I was, suggest we do some precautions because, this...
Well, I did check the land to see if it was desecrated or consecrated. And I felt that was
yes,
enough.
but there are... I was thinking it might, if it's some sort of magical forest, it could very well have, I don't know, some ability to make us get lost or separated from each other. And
I think
I got it. I got it.
With that.
My aunt, she actually gave me these, and Jimmy reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like this little bag, and you hear like a ching ching. He reaches inside and pulls out a few copper pieces. He goes, "These are my auntie's lucky stones." And he pulls each of them out and like hands one to you, and you get the faint smell of cinnamon off of each of these pieces. She said, "Whoever carries these for one day nothing bad can happen to them. And they've worked for me whenever I've needed to use them. He just goes around and hands whoever takes one of these copper pieces.
Krista will take one.
Yeah. Lauren will take one as well. Well, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit extra luck on your side.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, I'll... Thank you for the gesture. Anyway.
So
That's what you were talking about, right, York? Like, we're gonna be safer now.
Well, I suppose we are, but I was thinking we might do some more mundane precautions, if you will. If it is like I suspect, or
should
does
we
it have any similar effects as to those I mentioned, we might do well by tying a rope around our waists and walking in a close formation.
I'd prefer not to do that.
I suppose, but I have a
Same with
sense
me.
that we are not in our home plane, if you will.
I'm not very good with
Yes, I
staying
had
clumped
that
in a
sense
group.
as well.
I'll ride with you, York, if you're not feeling safe.
How are the horses doing here,
I
Jiro?
believe as long as...
So, of note, Urik's horse seems perfectly fine. The only other person who had a horse was Corvin, correct? Or Ilarin had one as well.
Alarin had his.
I
his,
had my
like,
cat creature.
his fine steed.
Yes. Your steed is perfectly fine. Not an issue at all. Corvin, your horse seems very skittish and confused.
He's just gonna go up and try and pet the horse. He doesn't really know to calm a horse. I mean, he's pretty much clueless on that.
Good horse.
Yes, pat. But
Prissa just asked how her mount is. Dorzen, how do you feel?
I can't confirm or deny if we're. There are Fae here, but Dorzen may be messing with that.
Can Dorson try to calm his horse?
You are the horse. Oh,
I meant
Corvin's.
Corvin's horse.
Yeah, roll animal handling.
Well, as far as I found
I
out,
knew I was
would it-
opening myself up to these kind of jokes as a centaur, but
Would it help if I made you look more like a horse?
7. The horse, like, you feed it a little bit, you try rubbing its neck, but it doesn't like the feeling, and you can kind of understand why. The feelings that you had after leaving that puddle of blood have been amplified. The absence of sensation, that slight chill constantly at your back, and almost like a veil hugging you. It's not alarming to you, but the horse is definitely not as embracing of new sensations.
See if I can calm down the horse a bit as well.
Go for it.
Yeah.
This horse is inconsolable. It's just...
I'll ask Nine Lives to talk and comfort the horse.
All right.
Since I'm guessing they can speak animal.
It goes over and goes, there. There.
yeah,
Good
lions
horse.
can talk to dogs.
Unfortunately, not this lion. It can speak the language you gave it, and that's it.
I
Okay.
think the best bet may be just to kill this thing. And he's
But
pulling out
no,
a short
that's
sword.
awful. No, don't.
No.
No.
Don't do that.
How dark is it in this forest, Jiro?
It's not terribly dark. It's darker than it was outside of the forest.
So just kind of like dim light.
I would consider everywhere you walk in this place dim light,
Okay.
if not darkness.
So to get back to the issue I mentioned, the reason I'm bringing it up is, well, partially because once you all went inside the trees, you all disappeared from sight, totally. And I tried calling for you, I did not get any response. And we do not know if that is something that could still happen while we are inside the forest. Say that we split up only like 20 feet or something, just to look around a bit. Suddenly someone passes behind a tree and they're gone. What do we do?
So
Why do you think that's going to happen?
I do not believe that will happen.
Saying I'm not sure it will happen.
Went away from the
And
rest.
and say something come nears us and we can't split up.
So I can solve that first problem. We're in a different place now. This forest isn't where we walked into.
Yes, I know.
Yes, it was
Is there-
quite easy to find out once I couldn't get back out.
Is there a path, Juro?
Roll me a survival check, Corbin.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
By the way, let me
Can
move you
I
all.
21.
roll one as well?
Let me move you all around the Raven's Nest.
21, Drew.
21. Ilarion, if you would like to roll, please feel free.
Yeah.
8.
New,
Ilarion,
strange place for me.
this is a very new and strange place. But Corvin, looking around at the ground, there's no discernible pathway. The dirt beneath your feet and the little bits of grass that are sitting there seem fairly undisturbed, but they're not so overgrown that you would imagine nothing ever tracks through here, or maybe that's just how they are. However, as you look around at the trees and start taking a few steps in a few directions, you notice every now and again the trees seem to have a slight sway, almost as if a marker of direction that it's really hard to pick up on, but you just barely manage to find a discernible path.
I'm going to walk away from my horse and just kind of say, guys, why don't we try going and just following this
Yes.
way?
Did you find something?
Yeah. It's marked
Yeah.
really weird. And he points at like the trees and kind of shows Alarn what he's talking about. They're like bending,
Ah,
kind of like a guide almost. You have to like stand here, and he like
Nice.
moves Alarn where he's standing and kind of like points over his shoulder.
Lauren, roll me a perception check.
oh, yeah. Okay.
You managed to see it. Now both of you can follow the path if you wish.
Okay.
Ah, yes, I see.
It's very subtle.
Ah, no wonder I missed it the first time.
I think I just got lucky. But woods are strange to walk around in.
Ah, luck. Yeah, luck is always nice to have on your side.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
When
Luck is a
you
big thing for you,
Go
isn't
new
it?
strange places. Yes, it is part of the Changebringer. She gives you luck when you go to new frontiers.
Have you guys found anything interesting? You're looking
Yeah,
around.
I said we should try this path, and he's just gonna start walking that way.
Yes,
I don't see a path, but
Fine.
this way appears to be marked in some way. Ah, I see it as well, so let us go this way, yes?
I don't know how much experience you have in forests, York, but Corbin's pretty good at getting around them. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
quite adept myself.
Corvin, don't get too far, please.
I'm walking. Don't worry. I'm not going that fast because I'm trying to.
All right.
I've never been here before, so I'm going pretty slow.
You're not on your horse, right? You're just walking.
No, I'm
Okay.
just walking.
He is abandoning this horse to this extra plane of existence.
I could have just killed it. It's gonna get abandoned anyways. But no.
I'll take care of the horse, and Prissa will, I guess, get off doors in an attempt to bring the horse with her, or maybe ride it.
I don't
Let's-
think your legs fit to the saddle.
Let's just tie him behind Bastion, and I'll lead him along.
Alrighty. So, you're all following Corvin and Alarin. As the two of them are walking through this area, how long does that effect last for you, Corvin?
Only a minute, Joe.
1 minute.
It's a minute for every spell slot, and I only have first level spells.
So, as you all are walking through this area, Corvin, around the expiration of your spell, there's a new sense somewhere.
Oh shit!
Dragon.
Okay.
He kind of just stops really quick and just looks around like
Now,
bead of sweat
know
drops.
it's like a mile away if it just pops up. Like, it's got
Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's far away, but hey. I'm not going to say anything to the group, though.
Up here.
I'm not going to say anything to the group, though.
Roll a perception check.
But it's
Do I, with my 22 passive?
13. I've rolled 13 perception.
You look around and you don't see it, and Dorzin, with your 22 passive now?
Yeah, level 9 up to my proficiency. Gotta love observant.
I will say no, you do not.
Wow.
Your passive doesn't extend to a mile.
Yeah, it just came into the range. Yeah.
There.
so riding right behind Yorick.
maybe if you had eagle eyes.
Yes, Jimmy?
I'm just gonna kind of say in a low tone, Sir Yorick, do you have trouble seeing in this forest?
Well, it's a bit dark, but it's
Here, I have this new thing that I've been wanting to try for a while now. You should give it a shot. It might help. And
What?
there's like this little black vial that he holds out to your side as you're like riding along.
Okay, so what exactly is it?
It's supposed to help like with like problem seeing, with like darkness and stuff. It kind of like magically inverts the iris, as it were, and gives you a better way of seeing things.
All right, and
It might burn a
pardon my
little bit,
hesitation here. It just seems like it's some
but
sort
you should be okay. I promise. You should be okay. I tested it on a frog. It seemed like he was able to see.
And how long do you expect it to last?
Well, on the frog, the frog died like the next day, but it seemed to last like the entire time that the frog was alive, and that was like almost 12 hours.
Tell you what, I'll keep it in my pocket, and if it gets really dark, I'll give it.
Suit yourself, and you just hear like a bloop, and you can't see it, but Jimmy's like pouring it into his eyes. So I just cast that,
Shadow
which
Solution.
is dark vision.
Yep. So there's a blackened must underneath your eyes that kind of like smudge against your cheeks and around the very bottom of your eyelashes. And after
It looks
that,
like I have running mascara at this point.
Yeah.
Just
And as you blink around, you're like, wow, it looks so clear.
He's. You can tell he's trying to subdue the pain he feels after pouring it in, but yeah, it's working.
Jimmy, are you okay? Is that are you wearing mascara now?
I got a bug in my eye. Ugh.
Here, let me help, and Prissa will help just try to like rub whatever
No,
it
I'm on
is.
your source. I'm not with you. You're on
Oh.
Dorgan. You're.
Use mage hand to try to like rub
No.
whatever.
He just hides his face. He puts it down in his shirt and kind of.
It seems like it stings a little bit. Does it work at least?
Yeah. Some of the
Yeah.
color is gone. I hope that's not permanent. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yes, that is normal in darkness, even for those of us with dark vision. We tend to see only the gray scales.
Wait, Corvin, you see like this all the time? This is kind of sad, actually.
I mean, you get used to it.
It is only in complete darkness.
Yeah.
As long as there's a little bit of light, we see quite normal.
Jimmy just
Like
shuts up and he's like trying to look at everything, like every different object and shade of black and gray.
It's like when dogs can see it, you know. Some people think cats can, but they actually can't
So,
see in the dark.
let me look at your guys' portraits. Interestingly enough, Jimmy, you can see black, white, gray. You can see the red on Lauren's vest. And you can see the red of the robes that Prissa has. But no other colors.
There's this
Blood
filter.
colors.
Oh, if anything, it's like the Sin City like filters.
Jimmy has no idea what this means. It's just like, maybe this is how it works on halflings. Who knows?
So when a halfling has dark vision, they see red. Fascinating.
He's thinking about it, but so far it's just an experiment. So.
And same for all of you that have dark vision. You can see red, even in the dim light. No problem.
That's strange. And for us who usually have dark vision,
colors are normal.
Yeah.
Is that usual for dark vision?
No.
Okay. I didn't
Usually
think it
dark
was.
vision,
That
when
would be-
things are starting to get
yeah,
dim,
just
it's
black and-
black, white, gray.
Yeah, that's strange. Then I'm gonna take note of that. Jiro, can I just cut my finger a little bit? I just want to see something.
All right. You cut your finger. The blood drips, dropping to the ground beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Dorzen. There's a slight quake underneath you.
Oh shit!
God damn it.
You barely notice it. And then you hear from high up above you, Virkor, get up on the tree. You all snap your attention upwards where you see this paled skin, almost drow-esque looking individual, but very, very pale for a drow, hiding and holding onto a branch, staring at each of you, saying, get up here.
Does it look like that one guy that helped us in the Underdark?
Felix?
Yeah.
No tattoos. But yes.
Eh.
Ew.
So
Hello?
Dorzen can't climb, but his horseshoes let him hover above the ground, so if this thing makes tremor sense, it won't see me.
Oh yeah.
Can Pissa do a quick insight check on this guy?
Go for it.
Can we all sense this tremor?
Only doors in right now.
All right.
Everyone, scatter!
Dorson isn't even on the ground.
Insight. Oh, that reminds you of Felix. He was a nice guy.
Okay, he's a nice guy, so he must be telling the truth. Dorzen, I'm gonna need you to trust me, and I guess I'll cast levitate on Dorzen.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
Lauren is going up a tree as well.
All right.
Bye, horses.
I throw Ouch on the ground. He's got a climb speed of 15, and I jump on top of him, and he starts climbing up the tree. Like, now I'm hanging onto my backpack as, it's just like shimmying me
I
up.
always imagine like the straps are still on, holding you in place. Just
Oh, yeah, I'm just backwards with my back, and it's just, yep. lifting
You're
me up.
effectively Gear from Static Shock.
All right, Yurik and Corvin, what are you two doing?
Well, my horse can't climb, so I'm staying on my horse.
Corbin?
Would 9 lives be able to climb?
As a
Or-
cat, it can certainly try. Roll in athletics for it.
I have a quick question about Dorzin's horseshoes. Like the way they work. So levitate, like in that it lets him go up and down and stuff up my control. But can Dorzin, if he points his horseshoes the right way, can he like Iron Man around with this?
I'm gonna say
They
We'll find
specify
out.
it's 5 feet off the ground, so
Yeah,
I'd have to
yeah.
be touching a solid. It's like
So,
0G. You can't
I'm
push
gonna
it.
say
nothing.
if he tries going sideways, he spins in a circle.
Hey, on the bright side, I'm
Corvin?
got that little mount
What are you
saddle.
doing?
Corbin stopped moving and he's pulled out his bow and is just like aiming towards those people that were talking. Because I
It's
don't know
one
what's going on.
individual. All right then. With Yurik and Corvin still on the ground and the horse.
But I haven't moved. I'm like stopped.
Horses.
Horses, that is correct.
That's a 13 athletics for the cat.
The cat manages to get on the tree a fair distance. Yurik, the horse you are on top of starts screaming out in pain. And as you look down to the side, you see many different hands growing out of the dirt, grabbing onto the legs, ripping and pulling it. There's about 10 or so around you. Corvin. As you are aiming up at this individual, from underneath you, you feel your legs get gripped and start ripping down them, gashing deeply in and pulling at different areas of your skin. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. And Yurik, your horse has suffered 43 points of bludgeoning damage.
43.
Yeah, the
43.
horse dead.
Well,
The horse has a lower
No,
AC.
Bastion!
He got hit a lot easier.
the horse has barding, remember, so it has an AC of 16. My horse.
Let me re-roll damage because that removes 2 of the hits.
Come on, Bastion.
The other horse is dead.
Do we all see this too? Especially after the horse screams?
32 points of damage.
Well, it's still dead.
Still dead.
Okay. Corvin, as you feel the hand reaching and grabbing and pulling against your leg, one of them cuts deeply, and you feel this toxin pulse into your body. You suffer
There-
Party members?
Can I
21
uncanny
points.
dodge this? Is it attack? It's like a claw?
You can dodge one of the attacks.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Which one? There was 3. There were 6 that attacked you. 3 hit.
I'll attack the first one, sure.
All right, the first one was the one that crit you, got the uncanny dodge. So, from the first one, that would have been 10 bludgeoning plus
Mhm.
7 points of poison damage. You can have all of that for your uncanny
Okay.
dodge. The other ones, however, is 11
and I
more.
have the poison because of the shroud.
Cool.
Yep.
And then 11 bludgeoning from the other ones.
Okay, alright.
I now need you all to roll initiative.
God damn it.
And now I'm starting to see Corbin's sleeve like congeal with this black ichor around like his wrist.
Yes, you are.
Why would you test to see the color of red by pricking your own finger?
I don't know.
Reasons.
What? I wasn't expecting this to happen. I don't.
Meat's on the menu, boys.
Have the most attacks always last. Oh god! damn it,
I would have channeled divinity to turn undead, but mine doesn't work on undead.
It's not gonna work on these guys
Only
either, or at least that one.
Jero, since I did turn on my turret, I'm just going to name the protocol now. So I'm going with the assault protocol. So that one.
Alarin's on the Shadow Dancers team. You're on the Shadow Dancers tree. You're on the Shadow Dancers tree. Dorzin is hovering in the air with Prissa on top of him.
Quick thing is the Shadow Dancer guy, is he an enemy? Is this the guy that we saw?
We don't know. He just said get up in the tree.
So far we think he's a good guy based on the insight check.
I mean, you think he wasn't being malicious based off of your insight check.
He didn't want us to get attacked by these zombie things, whatever they are.
Alrighty, only 3 went over to you. However, Sir Yurik, you have the unfortunate sensation of being inside of a zombie swarm.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yep, it is.
I've never heard of that before.
Well,
It's like Rick in episode 1.
I've heard of skeleton swarms, but I don't think I've ever been against a zombie swarm.
Probably not. It's my own personal thing.
I really wish I was a higher level cleric right now.
Just for mechanical stuff, since I was riding with Yorick, would I be a little bit closer to him, like climbing a tree that was
Sure,
nearby?
I'll put you on that side of the tree,
Okay.
while this guy's on this side of the tree. While Dorzin and Prissa are flying in the air, I'd say 1 round of flying. Alrighty.
About 20 feet in the air.
And unfortunately, I cannot. Thankfully, I think. Did Prissa roll higher than me? Yes, she did. She can move us down closer so I can actually hit.
I mean, if you like, I could just immediately just drop it since concentration.
Alarin, you were the first one reacting to this situation.
Yeah, would you look at that? Approximately how far is this? Just barely how far we are away from him, or?
Barely how far, but you're about 20 feet in a tree.
Yeah.
Everything's happening very close by. It's not a whole lot of, room to
You guys
run.
need to turn on your tiebreakers because all 3 of you got 14s.
All right, let me give you a hint. Corvin goes
Well,
first.
I rolled a 15.
Sir Yurik
If it
goes
helps.
last.
Yeah, but tiebreakers just make it easier
Well-
for you, so you don't have to do that math.
But
It's fine.
Alarin, you
will,
see the swarm of undead grabbing at the legs of this horse, ripping it, breaking them, and are slowly pulling it into the ground. It's already toppled over, and Sir Yurik, I'm gonna need a dex save from you to see if you fall off, or if you can stabilize yourself.
All right.
So the force is sadly beyond saving. Does it seem like the swarm is trying to pull Yurik down as well?
Do you want to incite a swarm of zombies as your action?
No, it's more if they're grabbing at him at the same way they're grabbing the horse or not.
They're grabbing at Corvin much in this way,
Aha!
but he has a lot less.
Yeah, but he already took a few hits, so I will bonus action to say a quick prayer, and a gentle breeze starts surrounding Corvin as I cast Shield of Faith on him.
Alrighty, so Corvin, you feel the comforting sensation of the deity that Alarin feels so close to, and it seems to stave off some of these strikes coming towards you yet again. +2 AC.
I feel a little lucky.
Yeah, and after that, Alarin will climb down and get into the fray.
Alrighty. Climb on down.
And
You're
he
right
will-
towards one of them.
Yep, and I will take a couple of strikes at that.
17 hits, 26 hits.
Yep, and I'll do one smite on the second hit.
Alrighty. So 7 slashing plus 9 slashing.
Yep, and I'm guessing these do qualify for undead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's an extra 11 radiant damage.
So
as the
27.
winds-
As you strike out against this creature, finding your spin and deviation, you fought against undead before in your travels. They've been here and there and about other locations. You've never fought an undead that's this sturdy before.
Huh.
It's hurt.
This might be bad.
It's certainly
And
hurt.
that is his turn.
Ready. Prissa, flying up on Dorzin's hovering back.
Quick question: is there a tree nearby, like a sturdy-looking tree with some sturdy branches?
All of the trees look super sturdy.
So would I need to make a roll if I wanted to jump onto one of the branches?
Athletics.
Oh shit. Yeah. I actually, let me double check levitate because I don't know if I need an action to have him go back down too. I don't think it doesn't say anything about having an action, so I guess that's maybe at my own will.
You rolled it, correct?
For levitate?
An unwilling creature. Target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach. You can change the target's altitude by 20 feet in either direction on your turn. If you are the target, you can move up or down as part of your movement. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range. Action to move.
Oh, okay, so it is. I didn't see the action part. Alright, shit. Okay, in that case, yeah, I guess I'll action to bring Dorzin back down if he wants to go back down. And on his way down too, Prissa will hop onto the tree. So I guess I'll try to roll for that real quick.
Roll your athletics. Yeah. Not bad. You managed to grab on. You're kind of like dangling off the tree, holding with both of your arms, but you definitely have a firm hug on it.
Yeah, so we only went 20 feet in the air, so 20 feet down, Prissa's gonna release the concentration on levitate, so Dorzin's, firmly on the ground, or at least hovering with his horseshoes.
Yep.
That was my action. I guess use the rest of my movement, if that's a thing, to get onto the tree branch in a stabilized position.
Sure. You move up and sit properly.
And I think that's all I can do right now.
Corvin, you are surrounded by these three very sturdy-looking zombies. Even against the strike of divine energy Alarn put against them, they seem still holding up.
Are they above? Like, are they walking or are they crawling?
Oh, they're like crawling out of the ground. Around now, they're about halfway out in total, still grabbing at your legs.
Bonus action disengage.
All right, dip out.
Let me just measure distance-wise.
Everywhere you move here is difficult terrain. Trees for days.
Okay, so I can move there, I guess.
Do you have a 40 base
So I have
movement?
40. I have 40 on my first move
Then yes.
because I have plus 10 from the umbral
Yeah, no problem.
thing. All right. There, pulling out my bow. I'll shoot at the one in front of Alarn.
Alrighty, go for it.
First shot will be sharpshooter.
Go for it.
21.
Hits.
18 piercing.
As you notch the arrow, pulling back and shooting against it. You sink into its head and watch as it collapses backwards, being consumed by the earth below.
Oh, gross. And then I will notch another arrow, and I'm going to shoot at the closer one to, actually the horde. I'm going to shoot the horde.
All right, go ahead,
Yep.
shoot it.
Yep. Sharpshooter. 23.
So,
And I'm going to add my sneak attack to this one.
go for it. You notice as you aim at the horde, it's kind of hard to find one in particular. So you shoot out. You wish you got more oomph behind it, but it appears that it's very difficult to simply pierce a horde.
Gotcha.
So they are resistant to piercing damage.
Even if it's magical,
Yep.
or just
It's
kind of like a
because of the
barbarian.
numbers,
Kind of like a
yeah.
barbarian. Yeah, kind of like a barbarian. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So 18 damage.
18 points of damage. You manage to pierce into it and find a solid amount of purchase against them. A little bit less than that. One of the ones that you kind of clipped through the skull, you see it's still fortifying itself and still standing. So
Okay.
a little bit less. Alrighty.
That is my turn.
Jimmy.
I'm about 15 feet up in the tree, so I'm going to let go of Ouch and drop to the ground.
Click.
Yep. And I call out to Ouch.
Take 2
Turn on the
bludgeoning.
assault. Turn on the assault protocol now. And Ouch is going to go ahead and just shoot the nearest thing. So I'm guessing it would be the swarm there.
Go for it. Shoot the swarm.
Let's see. We got right. There it is. 26
That hits.
for 15.
Force damage. What is this? A single projectile?
Yep.
Alrighty. As your projectile shoots out and splashes against it, you do watch one of them, the chest caves in and goes shooting backwards. But again, it's not having a solid purchase of just a single target. It's hard to really deal a lot of damage to it.
Watching both the arrow and the shot just kind of have that effect. Jimmy is like reaching over his body. He pulls off this small metallic sphere and he like tries to see Yorick inside and calls out, "Yorick, cover your ears!" And he's going to go ahead and throw in an echo bomb to the swarm, centered right on top of Yorick.
Yorick, as he says that, you go, "What?"
Constitution save.
What's the area of effect?
It's a 10-foot radius. So
So
right for
literally
him.
on top of Yorick.
Yeah.
All right, con save for you and on the zombies.
You're just within reach of my +4, Yorick.
Nice. So you are successful, Yorick, so you only take half damage. That extra +1 is supposed to be there, correct?
For this, it is.
Alright, so
let me
9
double-
points on you, Yorick. And as the
Nope, he only
cacophonous...
takes 4.
Oh, resistant to magical effects?
Yep,
To magic damage.
magic damage. I will. There you go.
For 9. Yeah. I remember. So that is going to be 17 for them.
This sounds like an artillery shell going off.
So as soon as it drops, you just hear a loud and most of the zombies are thrown backwards and they seem to definitely not like it. However, none of them died within the swarm on that one.
I'm going to use my movement to just move up to Yorick. I imagine like they kind of got pushed a little back, but I'm trying to like create a clearing for him.
All right, so you move into the swarm.
Yep. I'll move right to the edge of the swarm, I'll say, and I'm just like calling out and like waving, like, come on.
Alrighty. Sir Yorick, while inside the swarm, you feel all of them are grabbing and ripping and pulling at you constantly. Your movement speed is considered 0 while you are inside of this swarm. Also, 21 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. At the top of your turn, then, you suffer 13 points of bludgeoning damage as the swarm is constantly grabbing and ripping at you, pulling chunks of your armor to the side, trying to find purchases to grip and rip.
Yeah, I am going to use Channel Divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. So every enemy within 30 feet takes 2d10 plus 8 damage.
And this is radiant
It's,
damage, correct?
Yeah. Well, they get a save. It's a Constitution saving throw, DC 16. I always roll shit on that ability.
The swarm failed, and as you can imagine, they are not resistant to radiant damage. So,
Yep.
as you hold up your symbol and you pray to Sarenrae, you see this large burst of light. Although dulled in this location, it seems to not find as much strength as you usually can pull upon, your connection with her being lessened with your distance to her.
Right.
However, the other two were both successful, so they take 7. Is that it?
Well, I still can't move, right? So
Your movement speed is 0, yes.
Yep. I guess that's it.
Alrighty. As all of you are starting to climb the tree, the Shadow Dancer looks down. Shit. Fine. You watch it disappears from the tree, landing back behind this single zombie about 10 feet away, pulls out a spiked chain and whips it 3 times very quickly. So that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That was not in the tray. And that's gonna hit. So 3 very sharp cuts from this chain, deeply ripping against this creature. So 10, 20, 30 points of damage against it. And the individual, after the third one lashes down, goes, "Do not bleed anymore, you fucking idiots." Dorzen.
Well,
You were lowered down and then dropped about 10 feet.
okay. Dorzen's gonna rush up to here. He's gonna attack this zombie first, the one on his right.
Okay. $18 hits?
Yep.
For 5, you bring up your sword and cut deeply through it.
It is now wounded.
You see the large gash, but there's no blood to let through it.
Alright. Attack number 2 on that guy.
Same person,
Yeah,
12 hits.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fucking
Nice!
for 12.
Mm.
Good one, good one. You cut
Excellent.
into it again, deeply devastating the chest cavity with your strike. It seems hurt, but again, looking at it and looking at the nature of this being, they seem to be unaffected by necrotic means.
Gotcha.
All
Alright, I'm
done?
gonna use my bonus action offhand to hit the one that's more wounded.
Go for it.
It's coming out.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh.
For 5, you take your sword offhand and just backhanding towards the creature. It's still alive.
God,
Or
jeez.
it's still undead. All done?
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Ready. Now it's the zombies. For the zombies' move action, they move 10 feet.
Oh, that's a swarm. Okay.
Yep.
I don't think Sentinel can stop that.
Oh, you still get your attack of opportunity against it.
Oh, okay. Let's
But it's
try
not
that.
moving
If it
outside
does,
your range, it's moving into you. As the
Okay,
swarm
sure.
starts crashing and diving against each of you. Sir Uric, give me a strength saving throw.
I think I'm going to use that feat and give myself advantage on it.
Go for it. Let me count.
+4.
16? just barely saved. As the swarm is trying to move you and encompass into your allies, you manage to pull your blade and just stick it into the ground, barely being drug at all. You're not moving with the swarm currently. They were just trying to move you.
I rolled a 12.
+4.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. You got a
Paladin.
pally pal. Always thank the pally pal. So, as it moved into this location, it was not able to do any of that. However, it is making an attack against all 4 of you for its turn. Dorzin, you took your attack of opportunity, 15 hits.
All right, so its speed was reduced to 0, so it couldn't move.
No. This is not
That's what-
your sentinel strike. This is your
Okay,
attack of
so-
opportunity for it attacking one of your allies while within range of you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, as it moves into
Close
this
enough.
location. Yep.
10.
10, not bad.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter if it can be wounded or not.
You cut into it, you finding one of them, but it's very difficult as the swarm encompasses into you. While the 4 of you are inside the swarm, your movement speed is considered 0. However, there's nothing else happening against you other than it attacking you at the start of your turn and right now. So, first attack, going against you, Sir Yurik. That is going to be a 920. You killed one, so only a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
20 misses. As they're starting to grab, you're fortifying yourself, grabbing your shield, finding the moment of chaos to be able to deflect them as best you can. Next, Dorzin. That'll be a 26 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use my reaction to use a warding flare on the swarm to give them disadvantage on that attack.
Okay, so I have to roll one more time.
Yep.
Okay. 12 to hit.
No.
Okay, good. Next up, Ilarin.
Yep.
19?
Yeah, just hits.
$15 points of bludgeoning damage as they're starting to rip and claw at you now, finding leverage. Jimmy. 26 again.
That is.
How much damage did you just take, Ilarin?
15.
13 for you. It's easier to do math with subtraction for me. So 13 to you, Jimmy, as they are bludgeoning and ripping and clawing at all of you. Now, Dorzin, on your other side, these 2 zombies look very pissed off. The one who was attacked by the Shadow Dancer is going to lunge towards him.
Shit.
Misses. The one right beside you is going to attack you, Dorzin. 6, 7, 8, 9, 24 to hit.
Yep.
Wait. 20 to hit.
Still, yep.
Okay. For 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Dorzin, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, lovely. Okay. God damn it.
All right, that is a failure.
+4.
13.
Plus another 4 from my flash of genius.
17.
So 18.
You are successful. So, you take 3 points of piercing damage, halved to 2. Genius.
That was a real waste of
Oh,
that.
it could have been a whole lot worse. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the damage dice.
Isn't it rounded down?
It's always rounded up for me. All damages,
okay.
all everything. Yeah. The enemies take it too.
Then Yurik would have taken 1 more damage from the thunder damage earlier. I rounded it down.
No, I said 9. It was 17,
Yeah, and
18,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, but he succeeded, so he only took half and then half again, so he only took a quarter.
No, it's not a quarter. That's not exactly. So you have the first bit, 18 down to 9. Have the next bit, 10 down to 5. So you took 5,
Yeah.
Yurik. Still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that is their turn. Alarin, at the start of your turn, your movement speed is still 0. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Another 15, okay.
Now take your turn.
Still not enough. Yeah, still not enough to force a concentration save, luckily.
No, it's any damage you take
but that
causes
sucks.
you to have to take it. So make a con save.
Yeah, but I auto succeed on
failure.
everything that's below 22 damage.
Why?
Okay.
That one is always a failure. Yeah.
Not on saves, on attacks, but if it's homebrew, then yeah.
I allow all nat 1's failures, all nat 20's success. You're fine.
Okay. Yep.
There's always that 5% chance.
Yeah. I'm just used to the nat one only working for attacks.
It's
But
only
yeah,
ability checks
we will
that
try
don't
to get this thing off of us.
Go for it.
Yeah, we'll try to do some wide slashes to get as many of in the swarm cut as possible.
Go for it. 15 will hit the swarm.
15,
17 will hit the swarm.
17, and he's just going straight into a blade dance inside the swarm. 11
misses. The swarm is a little harder to hit than just a simple zombie. Just a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah. So I'll get the first attack is a 10 slashing.
Okay.
And the second we will pump in a smite.
Okay.
For second level.
So we're at 17 slashing right now. 10 slashing half to 5. 7
As the
slashing
winds
half to 4.
Follow up the blade and strikes with divine might for 18 points of radiant.
Oh, that's good radiant damage. So as you bring your blade around, the first strike decimating part of one of the zombies, which fortifies itself, but you spin around, twirling around in circles, and the divine energy does not allow them to re-stitch themselves and fortify against your attack.
And he will continue this dance on his next turn. That is everything for now.
Alrighty. Prissa, your turn.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to do, and then everyone got into the swarm.
The swarm got into everyone.
I mean, yeah.
Phrasing, but continue.
Anyways, yeah, I guess if we're gonna focus on killing this stuff, Prissa is going to. So I keep forgetting about the spacebar thing. She's going to. How close to the trees can she like move from tree to tree, or is that going to take like some?
It's very difficult. Do you have a natural climb speed?
I think everyone has a natural.
No, natural climb speed means you're able to use movement to climb. Yours is decreased severely to climb. You have like, as a gnome, 7.5 feet of movement.
It's like swim speed. If it doesn't declare it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
So I can technically move a single square at least closer, but in the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
I'll give you 5 feet of movement. Yeah, easy. Without needing to make a check, of course.
Yeah, so I'll get that much closer, and then.
And then.
Yeah, then screw it. Prissa is going to go ahead and jump into the center of the swarm, and as she's in midair, cast Polymorph into a Triceratops.
Wow. Okay, Scanlan.
No, somebody.
Can I do that?
You absolutely
Seismic
can.
toss.
I need Dorzen, Sir Yurik, Jimmy, Alarin, and the Swarm to all make me.
By the way, you hear it? Sorry guys, watch out!
Dexterity saving throws.
I mean, but we can't move, can we?
Your movement speed is 0, but you can try to like put something else in between you and that.
Fair
Hey,
enough.
plus, Lauren's got the got that additional +4 to everyone's stuff.
Yep. So first off, Triceratops, you're taking your damage.
That's fine.
4 points of bludgeoning damage. You twist one of your ankles a little bit. +4 to everybody, right, Alarin?
+4 to everyone within 10 feet, so that's everyone.
Gotcha. Alarin, you are successful. Dorzen, you fail. Jimmy, you are successful. As this large, hulking, several-ton creature comes crashing down on top of the horde, you all try to dive out of the way as best you can. Dorzen, you look up and go, ah, fuck me. So, I don't want to apply physics to this, but I want to relate this to a spell. It's not a fireball, obviously, and it's way bigger than a thunder wave.
I mean, do you want me to roll for it, or?
I'm wondering what the spell would be to relate it to
Like-
it.
AoE.
Do you do like a superhero landing with the Triceratops?
Pretty much.
That's how I sprained my ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, falling damage? Like falling and bludgeoning?
Yeah, it would be worse than just falling, though.
What's the number for the grasping hand squeeze?
Oh, I think it'd be worse. Ooh. Oh, wait. I know the spell. Alrighty.
Jiro erupting earth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I suppose if my horse wasn't dead already.
28 points of bludgeoning damage. Halved for Sir Yurik. Or not here. For Sir Yurik, for Alarin, and for Jimmy. Dorzen, you take the full amount of 28 bludgeoning. As this large creature
This math.
shaking the earth and causing a whole lot of noise. Luckily, the swarm also takes that.
I'm guessing the aura doesn't have that again because it's not a spell.
Jero,
Yeah.
I'd like to bring it up just simply because it is kind of a mechanic. Halfling nimbleness. I'm so small, I can move through spaces with larger creatures. Could I, like, ignore it since I made the save?
I'll let you take half of that.
Okay.
So half and half. Resistance
Does that mean he
to
could move
large
through the horde
creatures
then,
falling
too?
on you.
Does that mean he could move through the horde then too?
No, the horde is holding him. It's not just that he
Okay,
can't move
alright.
through a crowd. It's they are holding, they are grabbing, they are gripping.
And I guess that was my action to cast it, so I can't attack on the same turn, right?
Nope,
Yep.
but you dealt plenty of damage.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna say, Corvin, give me a strength saving throw to not fall out of the tree. Wait, you're not in the
I'm
tree.
not in
you,
it.
you just
I'm
ran
not
away.
in a tree.
Okay. Corvin, your
I
I
turn.
didn't run
Any
away.
of us-
I didn't
I
run
don't
away.
think any of us are in trees anymore.
Nope. Everyone get in
I'm
a
gonna
tree. Fucking idiots.
Nope.
I'm gonna disengage,
Oh no, my horses.
All your horses are dead.
and am I still bleeding, Jiro, from my finger?
It was just a
And the
drop.
cut. Okay, it was just a drop. Okay.
Yeah.
One
Alright.
drop summoned a horde.
Plus
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
One horde summoned
Uh,
the Triceratops.
So bonus action disengage, move by 30 feet. I'm not moving all over this map, but I move 30 feet back, and I'm going to shoot at the one behind Dorzen.
Okay, go for it.
Do I have advantage on the attack because it definitely sees in the dark?
It definitely sees in the dark, so it does not see you. Yes. You
Okay.
are invisible to creatures when you
That-
are in dim light.
That
If
rely
I'm
on
in-
dark vision to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has dark vision, so yeah.
Which in this place is
Which-
going to help you a lot.
Oh yeah, everything's dark.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Doesn't
Gloomstalker
mean
sin
that we
complete.
can't
So
see him
yes,
then?
Corbin, you have
I
advantage
don't
on the
feel
attack.
Gloomstalker.
23 hits.
I'm rolling one more time, Jiro, because Elven accuracy. All right, cool. So that hits. That was sharpshooter 2. So sneak attack and damage. Really low sneak attack. 28 damage.
28 points of damage. As you pull back this arrow, notching it back, and it goes sailing, you all kind of like, as the Triceratops lands heavily, see the shift of wind that just destroys a hole through the chest cavity of this large zombie that just still barely holding on.
Shit! Fuck. That made it a good con save.
It was a good con save.
That's a good con save.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Jimmy,
Yeah, move 30 feet back and then, yeah.
top of your turn, it attacks you. It's a natural 20. $13 points of bludgeoning damage. That is already doubled. The swarm gets weaker over time.
All right. With the zombie that just took a chunk out of my shoulder, I'm going to unholster my weapon and hold it up to him and just let go, light the flit, and let's take a shot at this guy with combustion.
All right, disadvantage.
So that's only going to be an 11.
11 just barely hits. The number of the swarm has gone down. All their stats lower over time.
Yep. So that's going to be 25 points of fire damage.
Oh. You all watch as the little combustion of the one individual you shoot ignites towards the swarm, and most of them have taken quite a lot there.
I like to imagine I just shoot him and he like flies back into one zombie, catches him fire, another one catches him fire, and it's just like, yeah, stream.
The swarm is barely still holding on at this point.
And I look up at Ouch and I look over at the other zombie and I go, Ouch! And he fires off another arcane shot at the last one standing.
The little one over here?
Oh yeah, I guess there's two. The one by Prissa would be the one I'd be more concerned about.
The swarm or the one by Dorzen?
Yeah, the one by Dorzen. Well, Dorzen, Prissa. Yep.
Prissa's in the tree, but yes.
Yep.
All right.
Chris is on the ground as a Triceratops.
As the huge hole in its chest has already expanded, you found that same area and you shoot another large chunk out of it, and the body kind of collapsed, and it's still moving.
Oh my god.
It's a tough
And
zombie.
I just start
Clerics.
scurrying back away from the dead corpses of the zombies and
Oh, you're
and my
still
turn.
in the swarm.
Oh,
Moving 0.
The swarm
The
is
swarm
still
is
up?
still barely holding on.
Oh, okay.
Just barely.
I would have shot the swarm, but that's fine. I'm done.
All right. Sir Yurik, top of your turn. How does an 18 do against you?
Very well.
Does it hit?
Nope.
Okay. The swarm is still batting and bludgeoning, but luckily the large Triceratops hooves are protecting you.
Yeah. Screw it. I'm going to use Channel Divinity again.
Oh, Jero, sorry, I miscalculated because of the stupid crit thing. The swarm should have only taken 7 damage. It should have been the 6 plus the 1. My bad.
So,
Thank you. The swarm's doing all right.
Yeah, so new Constitution save for the swarm.
Swarm con save?
Yep. DC 16. What's with this?
Fail.
I keep rolling shit on this ability every fucking time.
Make it an actual button, then it'll roll better for you.
Yeah.
Well, the
But the
swarm
other
did
two
fail.
spell.
Is this radiant damage?
Yeah.
So that is 12 points of radiant damage. The swarm's not looking too hot. It's bloodied. A few of them are still
zombies.
Yeah, a few of them are still inside of there, still attacking, but most of them are almost destroyed.
Yeah, it's the 2 zombies as well.
Oh, the 2 zombies as well. Okay.
More zombies show up because they're bleeding. It's a vicious cycle.
Luckily, they didn't bleed.
A divine light eradicates those 2. God damn it! Remove them from the tracker. Divine light removed them from existence. Anything else?
No, I can't move yet. I assume so. That's it.
Alrighty. The Shadow Dancer steps forward, whirling their chain whip around, whoosh, snapping out towards the horde. Hit. Crit.
Wow.
So 10, 5, 10, 5. And as it starts whipping through, it lashes out on 2 different zombies at once, ripping, snapping their necks off, twisting it around another time, landing on another 2, snapping them and ripping them from all of your allies and yourselves, until eventually they lie on the ground in a massive husk. Pile of debris and undead being slowly consumed by this earth once again.
Well, that was surprising.
That was stupid.
Yes, you mentioned something about
Where the hell
blood.
did they come from?
The ground. Who
Well,
are
I
you?
saw that, of course. But...
They reposition with their large whip, and you see they're ready to attack any of you that start reacting. Who are you?
Who are you?
Do not worry, we are travelers. We are here seeking a way to get rid of one of the Raven Queen's former servants, gone rogue.
Roll a persuasion.
13.
The individual is still distrusting, but they don't seem ready to immediately attack. A fairly formidable martial foe, as you've already realized from their previous actions.
If any of the horses are still like dying,
They're
or something,
not alive
Yeah.
in any way.
They were kind of eviscerated.
I think between zombies and then a triceratops.
Yeah.
I'll call
There's only
9
one horse
lives
there.
back down from the
Oh.
tree.
If you are traveling here off of the request of the Raven Queen, which of you was touched?
Dorzan steps forward.
He looks you up and down. You. Brother, hello. Reaches
Did he
his
just
hand
call
up
me-
to you.
Did he just call me brother?
He stretches his hand up towards you.
I do the, the thing.
Did he sniff him and call him brother?
Yes. Welcome to the cult. Nope, this is religion. Very different.
Said every
Hey,
religion.
all
ever.
religions started as a cult.
Of course. So, they take their chain whip, twist it back up, and hook it onto their strap, buckling it in location. My name is Misha. It is good to meet you.
I am known as Dorzan.
Boss. She has not
My name-
spoken of you, but I suppose someone would be daring enough to join us.
Well, we do it to protect our plane.
Chris is still a triceratops, just letting everyone know.
Yes, it is.
He seems undisturbed by that. So, I suppose none of you have a suitable guide here, do you?
No, I am fairly new to this.
Shadowfell.
New.
Okay.
Did Dorson ever hear the name Shadowfell?
You've heard it in passing, but unfortunately you left before your education. Or your
This-
proper education.
Proper.
Wait, we're in the Shadowfell?
Of course. Can you not tell?
I've never been.
Well, welcome. By the way, your mascara is running.
Okay. Oh.
Lauren chuckles at that at least.
Two of you smell different as well. You. Walks up to you, Yurik, and just like slithers around you, investigating, looking you over.
I'm not paying attention to him at all. I'm just continuing
You're
kneeling
mourning
and
your
saying
horse.
my prayer. Well, it's a war horse that I've helped race since it was a foal. So yeah, I'm mourning my horse
Of
as
course.
a true knight does.
Of course. Would you like me to perform a ceremony for you?
No.
Are you sure? We will be
You don't
sure
want
its
this horse?
spirit stays where it needs to, never to be defiled by anybody again.
But he's doing that.
It is my way.
You must excuse him. He is a bit stubborn with Tal'Dorei.
Or of course, Tal'Dorei. Bows to you. Steps back.
I'm still ignoring him.
Goes over to you, Alarin.
The Lauren bows.
One of the
Like
true
a-
allies to my queen. He gestures and bows deeply to you with his hand backwards. A very grandiose gesture.
True allies.
That is news to me. I did not know that, but I am more of a spiritual one and not as much learned.
It is fine, not everybody is intelligent.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm not dumb, but
give me a wisdom
I
saving
understand
throw on
your
that one.
Lauren isn't dumb. He's just not super smart.
Alright, you
24.
don't take any psychic damage from the burn. It's fine. So, welcome to the Raven's Nest, my home. It's been a few years since we had anybody come here.
I think I know what she's asking. We found a map that scheduled this place as a hideout for some bad people a year ago.
Bad.
Slavers.
Bad. So, the people who traversed through my queen's forest previously, they did not have a good time. They didn't make any proper friends. They didn't seem good to me.
That is not good. They are followers of the disgraced servant of the Raven Queen.
Really?
We had some friends attempt to find their hideout here a year ago. A tiefling, a human who could, and a short one.
Very bombastic in nature?
Yes,
Yes, his name was Ignatius.
the tiefling was.
That was the flamboyant one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember people very well. I don't
Me
care
too.
about them. So, if that is the case, I suppose you all want to come talk to Marcon. He might be able to better explain why you are here. This must be why he told me to go into the forest today. Wise man, wise man.
If it's not too much to ask, I thought this was the Raven Queen's domain.
It is.
Why are there zombies?
You're not that learned either, are you? Our questions should be directed towards Markan. He is our high priest. He understands this much better than anybody else. Long story short, the Raven Queen calls this place home to protect the defiling of dead from rippling out and swarming the other planes.
Keep them where you can control them.
That is correct. Unfortunately, they are in some number, and her attention is being disturbed. So, try not to do any more bleating, please.
What exactly summoned these here?
Bleating.
Hmm.
The smell of mortal blood invigorates the slumbering below.
Well, I guess it's good to know that now, compared to finding out when we're in the middle of fighting something else.
I mean, which one of us bled? Because I mean, I don't think any of us
Dorzen
got hurt.
points to
Simultaneously, Misha also points at Corbin.
I just wave my hand, I don't care.
Well, let us make sure that does not bleed again. And Alarin boops point of lay on hands to close the wound.
I think a lot of people are bleeding right now.
No bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. All of you are really bruised.
eternal blood.
They're
Yeah,
bleeding
they haven't
internally.
If you get punched in the face, you can still bleed. But okay.
I'll
Just
give
saying.
That's
I'll
what
give
armor's
a-
for.
I'll accept
I'll give
this
a
for now.
point. I'll give a point of lay on hands to everyone except for Prissa, since she hasn't taken any damage.
I'm going to go to Corvin.
Does the polymorph
his
bleed?
face with my gauntlet and start casting Prayer of Healing.
What?
Psh! You got
I'm slapping it
backhanded.
in the face.
Does anybody else need their wounds cauterized? I can get that sealed up real quick. And he holds up his gun as like a blowtorch.
I took care of it, but
mean-
thank you.
Please
I
be
mean,
careful
For
with
future
that.
reference,
Please, please.
while we are in other planes of existence and stuff, why don't
First
we,
time.
instead of experimenting with stuff, try to actually preserve some sense of caution? We might very well
So-
be on the doorstep of the underworld. itself.
Wise man.
So Dorzen
I
turns to the group and says, "First time."
So, would you have rather learned this when we were in the middle of a fight with someone else, or learn
I
this
would
now?
rather not have lost my warhorse unnecessarily.
So the issue is not that they attacked us, but that a horse was lost.
So
I can see
Yurik,
that you have no sense of empathy for creatures that you do not. No.
I'm very sorry for your horse. He was I only knew him for a little bit, but he seemed like a very nice horse.
Yes.
Valiant steed.
Right.
You may borrow 9 lives if you want. He is quite smart.
It is. Let's not. I'm just gonna be casting Prayer of Healing.
And Dorzen picks up the 2 small ones and puts them on his back.
Misha looks at all of you just leaning against the tree, still evaluating and judging you very openly. 20 points of healing to everyone.
Yep.
So, if you all are ready, I would not mind showing you the way.
We would appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Yes, please.
So he pivots on his heels and starts walking forward openly, hands in his pockets, kind of like slumped down a little bit, just, strolling, watching from side to side.
Drew, are we still following that leaning path that you were talking about, that swing path?
Yes, but you're following
Okay.
him leading you down it.
I just want to see if the path he's taking us is following that.
It is the same
Like,
path
it-
that you were on. Yes.
Okay.
You found the path, shockingly.
It's taking us
You guys
nice
could have actually
sidewalk.
gotten there without him, but
Yeah.
Corbin, where are we going?
I'm not sure. I think taking some help, whether we know it or not, will be useful, allowing us to survive. Jimmy?
Yeah, and at the very least, he is taking us the same way we were headed to start with.
You said your name was Misha.
Misha, yeah.
How long have you been here?
My entire life.
You wouldn't happen to know someone named Felix, would
That
you?
works.
Felix. I mean, that is a terrible name for anybody. Who would name someone a weapon?
It's a weapon.
Felix?
Huh.
Who here speaks Undercommon?
She does.
I do.
Corbin
I
and
do.
Prissa. Hearing the name out loud with his little bit of an accent, Felix is brought together by two separate words. Phalaxius and Zenan. In Undercommon translates to a useful weapon. It is a title, not officially a name.
I thought I know Felix.
You do know him. He
Yeah,
was
okay.
assigned a title, but he goes by that as his name.
Yeah,
He is a
Yeah.
weapon.
sure.
Yeah, I think
That is all he
Chris has
is.
finally put that together. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
That is.
oh.
That's
Someone
deep.
who is studying the Underdark for their thesis.
But I mean, it's kind of like translating Greek. Like, it's kind of difficult when you start getting all that. But we are currently heading. We're heading to the Evernight.
Evernight.
Yes, it's my
I
home.
love those names.
Thank you.
It sounds nice.
Oh, it's not. It is dark. It is decrepit. It is scary. It is.
But hey, it's home.
It is home.
Hmm.
There are worse places here, of course. At least you will be safe as long as you walk with myself or Dorsen. Anywhere that anyone who bears the marking of our queen.
That is good to know.
So, you all walk for what feels like hours, and the discomfort of this place continues as there's no shift between lighter sky, darker sky, or time of day. Just the sense of time seems completely off to all of you.
Hey Joe, quick question. What was that one guy's name he mentioned before?
Marcon.
Marcon?
Marcon.
So while he's walking in front of us, guiding us, right?
Mhm. He's
yeah,
all the
so
way
while
in the
his,
front.
Yeah,
Unbothered.
while his back is turned and stuff, and while I'm sitting on Dorzen's back, I'd like to ask him, is there anything we should know about this Marcon? And at the same time, I'm messing with my medallion so I can read his surface thoughts.
Roll sleight of hand.
Good luck with that.
With advantage.
No. You beat his passive. So, you do that and you scrape across the medallion and summon it, and he goes, Marcon is he's a good man. He oversees the protection of my home, as well as guides those of us that seek the light and the darkness together.
That's what he says. What is the surface thought saying?
Those exact same words.
Trying to read the mind of a holy man. What's wrong with you?
You see, Evernight was not always a fantastic place. It used to be run by previous creatures that called this domain their home before my queen took it and started making things right. Balanced, as they should be, as death always should be.
I see.
Do you have more questions? I'm more than happy to talk.
So if this is the Shadowfell, and then Prissa would probably just start going off on questions about kind of like, basically like as if she was writing a thesis paper on the Shadowfell and stuff.
That would have been a really good thesis paper.
Oh yeah, but well, I mean she's
she
here
could always
now.
submit it for her doctorate.
Yeah, right? So, you see, this plane itself, it harbors all of the undead created throughout the ages, those that did not have a discernible home, or the spirits of people who would not move on to where they needed to go, where they needed to properly lie. We are the veil between the mortal planes and the planes of all of the other gods, discerning where the souls need to go based off of their dealings in life. The spiritual people, you should understand, when you expire, you will come here, and you will be filtered and sent to the location you need to go. Turns to you,
Yes.
Yurik, and with sympathetic eyes goes, your horse will be passing through again. If you raised it from a young Mustang, I'm sure it must have some form of guidance. You should be able to see that it gets to your Serenray, if you wish.
Hope so.
You should.
You served me well, loyal beast.
Companion of sorts.
Well, yes, of course.
A life is not devalued for being ill-educated or ill-intellect.
Exactly.
So, Dozen, I have a question for you. Why the hell is a Fae with the Raven Queen now? I mean, y'all hate us. You really hate us. I mean, innately, understandably. You know, the wars.
To be fair, I haven't been in the Feywild for like 20 years.
Oh.
I got left in the material plane after a night
Sounds
like
shitty.
party.
How is the material plane? It sounds fantastic.
It's lighter. It's brighter than here, but dimmer than the Feywild. It's weird. Like you can't just move things and you're there. You have to actually walk everywhere.
Well, walking is nice. I hear they have these things called fruit there.
Yes, fruit.
Sweet?
It's very.
What is sweet? I've heard the word before, but I've never had it.
It's tart.
No.
Prissa would take a little thing out of her rations to hand it to.
Oh yeah, do we have like
Misha,
some apples and pears?
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
she used
about-
prestidigitation to make it taste like an apple.
Already. So he takes it and bites and goes. Tastes like nothing.
I was just about to point out that I think by virtue of being in this place, you are not able to taste anything remotely resembling sweetness.
Really?
Well, of
Dorzen
course
will take a
not.
bite of something.
It tastes like nothing. It's pure sustenance and purpose, nothing else.
Can confirm this jerky tastes like nothing.
Oddly enough, salt still exists. So you taste salt.
Of course, they can taste the tears of their enemies.
Yes.
Quick question though. You mentioned those wars. Can you elaborate more? Prissa asks while she's like furiously still writing these new notes and stuff down.
She's actually writing a thesis paper.
I am not
Oh,
allowed to give any opinions or status on wars from us. In his mind, you hear Prissa. You hear him say, that reminds me, we have to go back and deal with the hell. That should be fun. Maybe I'll get a glimpse of the material plane again.
I'm sorry. What did he think? The glimpse of the hell?
No, he said they have to go back and deal with the hell again. And he's hoping to get another glimpse of the material plane. So, where do you all come from?
Well, we come from the material plane, except for Dorsen here, of course.
Which one?
I'm from Iman.
I've never heard of
The
this.
name of the place was called Tal'Dorei, I think.
That
Yes.
doesn't sound...
Alexandria at large.
Alexandria. I've heard of that one. We've had people pass through in the past.
Yes, the Vox Machina, correct?
Oh, I don't know who they were. I was not there. I wish I was.
Ah,
Oh yeah, didn't they have something from the Wavering Queen on display? Or
Yes.
was that actually on display? I don't remember if that was one of the
Yeah,
things
it
on
was.
display.
they had the Raven
crest.
Queen's crest, yes.
We all know that very much. We love Vax. He's a wonderful individual.
Wait, is he here?
What?
No, he is not here. He passes through, but he is working with her.
I mean,
Yes.
is he nice? Like, when he's passed through, is he nice? Is he as nice as I've heard?
He's sad. And I've only seen him once in all these years. He spends a lot of time by the queen and doing what she needs, and when he has time off, he has permission to go back to your Alexandria and look over them for time.
So the group's gonna have a talk with Prissa at some point at whether or not we should tell anyone that.
I'm pretty sure they already know that he's watching over them when he has a chance.
Yeah, but Prissa though.
Yes.
So, as you all are having this conversation, and about 8-9 hours go by of walking, oddly enough, fatigue has not set in to any of you in this endeavor. You haven't felt tired from any of this exploration. However, eventually, as you are cressing past the tree line, you look out and you see a whole city that seems to be built in disrepair. The wood and stone that holds the buildings and the walls together seem to have had the life leached out of them, become rotten and crumbling. The few streets that you can make out from this area are paved with cobblestone and appear to have cratered potholes all throughout it. As you approach closer, the tree line no longer encompassing you, you see a very dark set of clouds above, shielding this plane from any direct light that might pierce through and have an influence. Home. That's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. So, everybody, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Valexian, just keep chilling. I'm going to look at your D&D Beyond here in a moment. So, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright everybody, we are back. Before we start playing, thank you all for hanging out with us here today. I really do appreciate it. Keep in mind that we are a pay-to-play community, so if you are interested in joining any of our games, we do have open slots available for anybody who's interested in that, as well as the ability to donate and affect the game itself. Outside of that, if you do have Twitch Prime, please subscribe here if you would like, or any of the small channels. Just make sure you're constantly using that Twitch Prime subscription each month, or else it's wasted money and it can go and help a lot of small cause channels and communities to grow and become better and stronger. So, everyone, you're starting to walk through the very dark, decrepit landscape of Ever Night, stepping out of the woods surrounding you and heading over towards the city. The first thing you notice, there's a warmth here. Very intense warmth coming from somewhere. And a faint glow as well.
Closer we get to the city, you mean?
Yes.
Can Prissa try to identify that glow? Like what it is,
Roll me a
like
nature
magically
check.
or
I'm just going to ask our guide.
Go for it.
So, Misha, was it?
Yes.
What do you know of this? Well, I'm not sure if you're feeling it, but there seems to be some sort of warmth emanating from the city itself.
Ah, yes, that is the lava flow.
The lava flow.
Uh-huh.
All right. Would you care to elaborate?
Sure,
on
sure,
that?
sure. So this city is kind of the crossroads between several other planes of existence. It has a relation to most of them and a portal of sorts to sort people out. You know how I mentioned before, if somebody expires, they come here to be sorted where they need to go. They don't always have religious intent and go with their gods. Sometimes they sell fractions of their souls and need to go elsewhere, and because of that, we make sure everyone upholds their bargains and deals.
So the way for us to get back to Alexandria would be in this place then.
Oh, I do not
After
know.
we... Yeah.
I
Well,
have no
part
idea.
of the fun is finding out.
I mean, I'll have Marcon explain it. Keeps walking. And as you start stepping through the city streets, you do notice all manners of different people, much more pale than all of you, about the same pigmentation as this individual. The very sickly look, some of them are very old, others are much more young and spry, mildly energetic, but they're almost partially translucent. Every now and again, as you pass by, you see somebody who's a bit more solidified as you walk past, and they eye you suspiciously before keep walking.
And Misha, is there anything specifically we should take care not to do? Any customs or
Do
things
not,
that
do not interact with the lost.
And who are they?
Kind of gestures towards the less pigmented individuals.
All right.
Or pigmented? Pigmented.
Yep.
Sure. It's a word.
Fermented.
I think so.
Paler individuals.
Yes. You do not interact with them. Those of you with religious intent, please do not try to disturb the process. This is the way things have to be. It is how it is meant.
Yes. Change is inevitable, and they have already chosen their fates.
Why are they called the Lost?
Because they have not found where they need to be sorted to yet.
So they're not dead.
They are. They just have not moved on.
And what could happen if one were to interact with these?
You may disrupt their process of dealing with whatever holds them and anchors them to this realm. It may cause them discomfort, and if you break that connection they've built over time, they may stay here forever. And you see what happens to the beings that stay here forever.
Yes, I do not wish that upon anyone.
Neither do we.
What did you call this city?
This city is Evernight. Literal spelling, Evernight.
Yeah, Knight. Got it. Yeah.
Well, at
No,
least
that's
you
Uric.
have.
The Evernight.
No, I'm the Everlight.
The Evernight of the Everlight.
Yes.
Jero, are the everybody we've seen so far, do they all have the same, like, are they all with elvish features, or are we seeing, like, different races
You
as well?
see, for the lost individuals, they vary from all manners of walks of life.
No, more citizens.
The
and-
people with a bit more solidified natures to them, most of them look similar to Misha. However, a few of them seem a bit more humanoid. Some of them seem larger, more burly. Yeah. They vary, but there's not much more variance between human and elf, like in nature. And of course, there are the native citizens here. I suggest you do not, trust easily, as you did me.
I don't know. I don't think we're that trusting.
Good.
Well,
Dorzen gives Prissa a look.
What?
Good. Don't be. It would be very bad for your health if one of us who does not follow my queen find you. And you trust them.
Are there others to follow here?
Of course. We do not run a tyranny here, and everybody has a place in the multiverse.
Do you write, Misha?
I can.
What is the word, or can you show me, and I'll just take out a sheet, the word for unsafe or like danger?
In Undercommon?
Whatever the common parlance would be here, yeah.
Oh, So, we speak Elvish here, typically. So, I suppose that would mean,
Another realm where Sylvan is not used.
yeah.
Prissa could probably speak up at that point because she knows Elvish for what danger is.
Denlaxo.
Okay. Jimmy just nods and he gets like a little needle and pokes it through the back of his bag, and that word appears on his backpack that he's carrying,
Unsafe.
and it just faintly glows. So it just says danger on the back of his bag.
Okay.
Jimmy, can you do my bag too?
Jimmy Danger.
Sure.
You guys
And
are
I'll go over and I'll
tourists.
just stitch. I'll stitch Pris's bag with the same word.
Sure.
Jimmy, are you an action hero?
Don't you say it.
Jimmy
What?
Danger?
I have no idea what that is as a player or character.
Just sounds like a very action hero last name.
So,
Jimmy Danger.
the other
Bravo.
religions that you can find here, they vary from Bal, Dorsain, Mirkul, Orcus.
Those are all some.
Hold on a
really
minute.
Bad.
None of you have any idea who any of those are.
What person knows, and that doesn't make any sense at Orcus.
What about Loth?
Can I roll a religion check?
Yeah,
Sir
if-
Yurik, go for it.
May I roll religion as well then? 'Cause
Sure.
I feel like Prissa might know.
21 is not
There
high
is
enough.
no way in the hell is
Ah,
the lady
Dorzen
would
did.
allow Orcus to have a presence in her domain.
Do you say that out loud?
No, that's me as a person. Dorzen
Yeah.
doesn't know anything about religion in general.
Okay. So, Sir Yurik, you think about these names and you're like, none of these sound familiar. You have no idea who any of those are.
Well,
They do not.
may-
They do not reside here, personally, and they are not welcome here by any stretch of the imagination. Marcon and myself and some of the others try hunting them out. That is why we are currently stationed here. But they have found purchase as they try doing the dealings of souls.
They're the cops hunting the drug dealers is effectively what's happening here.
Yeah, yeah.
But you haven't heard of anybody around here by the name of Dimitar, have you?
Alarin, make a history check. Dimitar does not sound familiar to me.
Nope.
Who are they?
Just somebody who I'm looking for right now. They have something that's potentially pretty dangerous.
Did they recently expire?
No, not at all. So only those who come to pass by here?
Most frequently. There are individuals who are exceptionally powerful and have managed to exceed the boundaries of the Veil, and
But that would exclude us, right?
you should talk with Marcon about that.
Good question, Jimmy. Out of character, very good question, because I was just thinking that exact same thing.
We're all actually dead right now. This is like a dream sequence, and
We're teletripping on something overnight.
yeah.
So, you continue walking until you come by a few large sets of hedges. Very big, very dark, and unkept and unruly. As you make it up to the front gates of one, you do notice one individual standing out front, adorned in perfectly blackened armor, night scale helmet over top of their face, a massive greatsword in their hands, and standing about 6'8" in total, just stanced in front of the gate itself. As Misha walks up, he goes, "Hello, friend. It's good to see you again." The suit of armor steps to the side, where you see a large set gate that has the crest of the Raven Queen embedded into it. Misha steps over, opens the gate, and gestures for each of you to walk ahead.
Lauren bows, does a slight bow and follows.
Dorzen goes in. He doesn't know anything yet.
Chris is on Dorzen's back, so she goes in as well.
Everyone else?
Yeah.
Direction I'm walking.
I don't know. I have nowhere else to go. So yeah.
Alright, so after all of you walk through the gate,
I just want to glance at that guy. Is he breathing?
which one?
The knight, the giant. Like,
Roll
do
a
I hear any
perception
noise
check.
coming out of his fucking helmet?
Roll a perception check.
Also, can I get while we're passing him, can Krissa, take a closer look at him, like this knightly figure?
Roll a perception check.
A 9.
It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, big suit of armor, big hulking individual. I mean, unless you want to get up close and personal, it's going to be a little
No,
bit different.
I'm good. I'm good. The big
Krissa,
motherfucker.
you see bulk underneath the armor, physique, all laid out with a darkened scale type of under armor material. However, you notice it's not breathing. or at least it has not taken a breath since you started looking at it.
Fascinating.
So, Soda. He closes the gate behind him, and inside you see many, many different flocks of ravens moving, contorting, chirping, and having a grand time inside of a beautiful garden. Set here, there are 2 large statues with pools of water settled around their base. The water is this dulled, shadowy like substance around it, and the first statue depicts a large individual kneeling and bowing, arm across the knee, and gesturing outwards towards the other statue, where you see this very tall, grand figure with a veil over top, showing no expression of skin or any other feature other than a blank white mask over top of it. Dorzin, Yurik, and Alarin all recognize this figure as the depiction of the Raven Queen.
Okay, Jer, a quick reminder too is that lady that we had to fight at the Ivy Heart, the one that kind of helped set this stuff in motion, and the one that knocked out Gorinsky. She used ravens, or was it crows?
Crow.
Oh,
She
it
was called the
okay.
Crow.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Nice little backhand to her.
So I'd welcome you all to the place I stay. Some of the ravens turn and cock their heads, looking at most of you, evaluating, judging. Do not mind them. They have not found themselves yet. They will, in time.
He's speaking to us or the ravens?
Clever quip. I like it. Continues walking. Oh, the ravens look very intelligent. Ravens in general are intelligent birds. But these ones look exceptionally intelligent.
Yeah, so Prissa just goes, like, waves at them as they look at her and stuff.
So for a better visual of what this individual looks like, they pull back their hood fully, and you see the very sharp elven features with the very thin hair above their eyebrows, but no other hair on their entire visuals that you have. Their ears seem to be sharply pointed into very, excuse the expression, knife-like manners. They actually have knife-sharp ears, not like the insult that dwarves give to normal elves. And this individual continues walking up, draping off their large cloak and kind of tossing it over to the side, sauntering up, very androgynous in nature, though has a slightly deepened voice about them. You know, I've missed this place. It's been too long. Sits on the stairs and looks at each of you.
So,
Yes.
Hi there.
Hello. Oh, you're talking to the birds. That is fine.
Well.
no, I'll head inside.
All right. You start walking up the stairs, and as soon as you get to the top of them, he kind of reaches out towards your arm and pulls you. Goes, not yet. Patience, boy.
I'm scared I know what this is gonna be.
Would you mind if I play some music while we wait? Or would that upset the lost?
I've never had a problem with music. It's where we are treated with it.
Well, I will do my best then.
Please.
Wait, did he keep us from going inside the house?
Yeah, he's sitting on the
Okay,
stairs.
all right. Oh, I thought he went inside the house. That's my bad. Yeah, but I would try to go in there.
19. It's a very beautiful sounding ocarina, and you notice several of the ravens come flocking and give a 10-foot berth around you, but all seem entranced listening to the music. as well as Misha, who's just, wiggling his feet back and forth while laid out on the stairs.
Jared, quick question. So, who's outside the house and who's inside? Because I kept thinking we were all together.
Of you are outside, inside of
Yeah,
the
he didn't let us inside. He didn't let us in. We're in the courtyard.
He's just sitting on the stairs leading up to the front doors.
And what are we waiting on?
Marcon.
Archon.
Oh, he's coming to open the door.
Maybe.
Does he know
Is that a
we're
message?
here?
Probably.
Okay. And at that point, Prissa will take some of the rations she had before, crumbling it up into crumbs, and feed the ravens, or try to.
By the way, was that sacred water over there with waterfall, or is it just like open use?
It is holy water. But if you have a use for it, use it.
Yeah, I go set my bag down over by the water and I start like cleaning off some of my different devices and
You use a water fountain full of holy water to clean your tools. Divinely clean.
Well,
Anyone have any old bottles?
They've never shined that well before, huh?
Oh no. Not since the day you made or bought them. So,
after he finishes playing, Alarn will huddle and fill up one of his water skins.
which one do you fill it at? The bowing knight or the queen?
You know what? I'll use a bit of divinity to choose and take divine sense.
You're on consecrated grounds.
Well,
There are undead around you. All of the ravens.
Yeah, figured as much, since he said that they hadn't found their way yet. Well, considering his remark of the Changebringer being a true ally to the Raven Queen, we'll go for the Queen statue.
So you pull out one of your bottles. Bottle or water skin?
It is a water skin.
Okay.
I have two of them.
You start chugging and letting it fill up as best you can, twisting it on top, and there you go. Add 1 water skin worth of holy water to your inventory. So, as you all are sitting there, and after you fill up your water, you hear the 2 grand doors behind you slowly open wide. Standing there is a fairly tall man with long, slightly wavy hair cresting around his shoulders. He has a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow across his jawline, a wide open shirt showing a completely barren chest with flakes of hair all across it, and a perfectly kept, utility-based physique about him. The throw jacket that he is wearing over top is that of a blazer that almost looks ornate, maybe pirate-ish in nature. Dorzen, you would be able to pick that up.
Hey.
And sitting on his belt is a skull, a small coiled whip, and a hooked blade that seems unnatural to fit inside of a sheath and withdrawing out in any form of ease of it. But as he steps out, 1 second.
Well, he looks friendly. Prissa will
This is
kind
what you
of.
see.
Van Helsing? This freaking...
He looks.
What is freaking Gabriel Belmont doing here?
Wow, you do watch some of my other games. Thanks.
No, I don't. I've played Lords of Shadows.
Oh, okay. The individual looks out at all of you and goes, "Hello, my name is Marcon. I see you've already met my assistant, Misha.
Yeah, she has been most helpful.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Markon.
Nods towards you. Looks at you, Yurik. I'm sorry for your loss.
It is fine,
Please.
though
Gestures towards
unnecessary.
Perhaps. Gestures towards the door, stepping aside.
I'll enter.
Alarm will follow.
Corvin, you walk within 10 feet of this individual to walk past the door. Roll me a perception check, Corvin.
Jiro, can Prissa roll an insight on him?
Go for it.
An 8.
All right. Something's... What you are looking at doesn't seem right, Corvin. For some reason, you can't put your finger on it. Prissa, a 20 insight. This individual has shown zero emotion or expression of any kind. The condolence seemed legitimate, but that's as far as you got.
I'll just brush it off and keep going in. It's kind of...
Dorzin, you step up, bringing others on your back, and he nods at you. Welcome to the flock.
Thank you.
You can keep walking.
I thought it was. Sorry.
You continue inside. Everybody else, one after another, steps in. After you all do, Misha, still sitting on the stairs, kind of like leaning against them, looks back and goes, just let me know when you're done, and they simmer down a little bit. Of course. Closes the doors very heavily. You watch as he does lock the right-hand side and takes the key, placing it into his pocket. Right on his right side. He doesn't try hiding it, though I think everyone in this party has a passive that says you see that, aside from Jimmy. Yep. So. He continues walking, and each of you notice that your footsteps are echoing through the chambers very loudly. The walls are lined very poorly with no design, no tapestries, no portraits. The tables are completely empty. There's a large chandelier hanging above you, but it is the most grand and plain chandelier any of you have ever seen. There's no unique design to it. There's no atmosphere about it. It's all just swooping down with 6 candelabras attached to it on any side. As you start walking forward, he gestures towards the left, where you see 2 doors slowly open up, and inside is a large stone-ridden floor. There is a red carpet stretching from the moment you step into this room all the way up to a very large set of stairs and a chair that is made far too large for any person to sit inside of. He allows each of you to walk first, and is the last one to step inside, keeping his hands crossed and staring at each of you.
I would assume you don't get visitors often?
No.
We are most grateful that you decided to see us, at least. We are only trying to help.
Yes, you are.
I'm slightly backing up into the room and like not putting my back towards the chair or like him.
So you're keeping, like, shifting to the right or the left a little bit?
Yeah.
He notices you
Just
do
kinda
that,
looking
but
right- yeah.
doesn't react.
I don't mean to impose, but is there anything you can do to help us with our mission?
No,
Hmm.
I am not allowed to interfere, as that would involve my queen. As she has previously discussed with one of you, she does not wish to involve and invoke any more power into Vorvik.
Yeah.
That to say that he becomes more powerful if she were to act.
I am not allowed to give you any information that would sway your decisions in the fight.
But are you allowed giving
Glean from this what you wish.
Are you allowed giving us information to devices or things that could assist us that are already created?
From what exactly?
What'd you say, Persa?
Gleam from what? Because you said gleam from something.
He does not clarify.
From
Instead,
probably what he's been stating.
looks at you, Corvin, and goes, the intent of any veiled armors or weaponry is only to be chosen by those that can prove their worth to wield such devices.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it appears we have to prove ourselves then.
Correct.
How would we go about proving ourselves?
And what devices?
My name is Markon. I am known as the Sailor of the Osmit. Long ago.
Sailor of the Osmit.
Long before the Exandria you know, I was one of the people who ravaged the seas and took whatever I saw fit to belong to me.
Nice.
Like a pirate?
Pirate is the term you would use. Yes.
I've never met a pirate before.
Yes, you have.
Thorson seems to follow in your footsteps.
Ironically, because I don't believe I've ever heard of you.
Shit.
You were not alive. Neither am I.
Yeah. So I suspect this was centuries ago, yes?
Nods. You see, when I was sailing these seas, there were a number of items created for variable uses. Now, the one that my queen saw to be wielded by any of the champions that currently reside under her, that one is already known to you.
Wait, are you talking about the vestiges?
That is what you call them.
Yes.
We call them honored relics. Now, the one that I found was a very unique item. It was meant for a powerful person. However, the warrior did not deserve it, as I slayed them and took it, hiding it away. When I came to this forest It was currently being developed into my queen's domain. I thought I could hide it there easily. Such a relic would be sought after by many people, and I did not have a buyer for it yet.
Does this relic have a name?
The name should only be spoken by those worthy to wield it.
What does it look like? You know,
Does it fit inside a bread box?
No,
does it fit inside a bigger box?
it would be difficult for... Looks at your group. Many of you to wield. However, I believe 2 of you are strong enough.
Oh,
He walks over towards the stairs and does not ascend them, instead gives a very polite bow and over towards the left side, where you notice there's a large pane glass window that he kind of pulls a latch and pushes as it opens up, showing a large river flowing lava. It takes up a large section of the streets and divides Evernight in half. As you look out at that, he gestures. The lava that flows there. It comes from this weapon. It is infused with that power. And the current wielder invokes this upon our home.
Who is the current wielder?
Their name is Vomitri.
Vomitri? How do you spell that? Yeah, I know you're typing it.
Vomitri.
Vormitri.
A foreign entity, powerful enough to stay here while alive. A giant.
Oh,
Yes.
From the lava, I would assume fire giant, yes?
I don't know. I've never talked with him.
And our task to potentially wield this relic would be to deal with said giant.
That is your call. I am simply telling you who I am and where I came from. What you do with this information is yours.
I think this does present an opportunity for us. So I thank you, Marcon, and Prissa will bow slightly to him.
He raises his hand. No. For one of
I
our
want you-
kind, we do not bow to each other. We are all equal in make and quality. Do not lower yourself to under that.
I want to roll an insight on Marcon just to sort of get a sense of if he has any kind of ulterior motive.
May I ask, does this giant know the name of his weapon?
Can we do the roll first?
It does. Yurik, do you want me to say it out loud or whisper?
No, yeah, whisper to me.
Whisper.
Yeah.
Ilarin, would this coincide with what Vox Machina sent us here to do?
They did
Well-
just to fight.
They sent us to find a way to bring down the fallen servants. I would say this qualifies, yes.
Yeah. Me too.
In the only other way I would see a... Well, oh, wait, this in character? Because
But do we need more than one?
The only other way I could see us finding information would be to get information, and the goddess for that is Ayun.
Yeah. I would try to ask the Changebringer, but I do not have the capabilities to talk with her directly.
I mean, why do we need more? Vox Machina themselves have who knows how many of these.
Well, it doesn't hurt to be over-prepared.
We do not know any other locations to go after this.
That's what I mean.
Well,
Jimmy,
if-
how much? You know of only one, correct?
Yeah, just the one so far. Well, two now, two.
Mr. Marcone,
Yes.
Sorry, I can't pronounce it, Jero, but Jorvik,
Vorvik,
thank you. Vorvik,
do not speak the
can-
name.
sorry.
The name holds power.
He who should not be named.
That up.
That is trademark.
go with the
He
fallen
won't-
servant. That is what
He
I
who
used.
won't be named.
There we go.
Fallen servant.
Is there a place here we can learn more about him as well?
The records of all that have ever served my queen have been kept inside of this estate. Now, as far travelers of a foreign land, and as devoted entities of an ally and a temporary ally to my goddess, you are welcome to stay here for the evening, under the expression that we suggest you do not leave your rooms, exploring this castle and estate to uncover any hidden knowledge. However, that is a request, not a demand.
Those archives, is that count as hidden knowledge?
Yes.
Oh, butter snaps.
He looks at you, Corvin, and gives you a bit of a knowing look. Roll insight.
It would.
And Yurik, from your previous insight, he's trying to express, please, do not go look for these things that I tell you are right here. Please, oh no, do not. I hope you do not. Please.
I don't even need an insight for that.
Okay.
Only one.
Yeah. He understands your make and business, and he's trying to go, yeah.
Well, it would seem luck favors the bold, yes?
I suppose.
I would suggest that you all keep our mission in mind and not get sidetracked by any, well, curious.
Well, our mission is to find a way to bring down the fallen servants.
Corvin, it's like I told you back in Vasselheim, like, it's always the rules with the temples and everything's sacred, and they don't let you do anything, and they don't tell you what's dangerous or what's not, and I should have known.
I mean,
Jimmy's the only one
No,
who
I just
doesn't
have some
realize.
Yeah.
Doors and
Jimmy, it's better to just have a little bit of fun. Just go against what they say, yeah?
Well, yeah, but then they throw you in jail, and, like, that happened to my cousin once.
Nah,
And
you
I
won't
got
go to
kicked
jail.
out of
You won't go to
library
jail
once 'cause
here,
I
Jimmy.
read too much, and
No,
Jimmy,
they're-
you'll just die.
yeah, they'll kill me, or they're
You
like,
cannot
they're
die
crazy.
here.
I'm whispering, by
Wait,
the way,
what?
but if he says that, I'm like,
If you are
context,
here,
please.
you are already dead.
I assumed as much.
Your bodies are on stasis, temporarily.
Oh, okay. So.
Or else the transition to this plane alone would have possibly killed you.
Oh. Would you mind if I ask, is there a way for us to get back out after we complete our business?
Not one I am allowed to tell you.
Wait, so these notes and stuff I've been writing this entire time are not going to be on my physical form when we get back.
No.
Oh, poor Prissa.
But everything we know should remain.
Yes.
Don't count on it.
Some
Dorson's
of,
been
Well,
dance.
some of you, yes. Looks at Dorzen and Corbin.
oh, I feel left out.
Was he?
He doesn't know. He just maybe.
Dorzen's gonna turn to Marcon.
Mhm.
As someone new to the flock, by chance could I request a symbol of the queen?
He smiles, showing the first expression of any emotion.
Is it a weird, creepy smile? He just doesn't know it, or is it just a calm smile?
It's weird and misplaced, but it is calm. And it's wholesome. How would you like it?
He's asking how I would like the symbol. I'm confused what you mean.
That's what he said. Interpret it how you would like. High level gameplay.
Okay. Who would fit this character?
I was thinking, like, you know, in the new Modern Warfare, the charms that you can put on your guns. Kind of like that, except your scimitars.
Oh! Could you...
Have any
This fits his backstory, but it's hilarious. Could you... Is there a... Fashion a... Raven earring? Like, it covers my ear. Would that count as a holy symbol?
Unique. I will talk to you in 22 hours.
Okay.
We do not count days here, since...
Very specific timeline.
Oh, yes. That's how long it should take. I've done this a few times.
Yeah, nobody else seems to be too concerned, but how do we get back home?
We'll talk to you later.
You will figure it out, or you won't.
We die here,
No.
and then we go back to our bodies. Like in a dream, Jimmy.
You would not die here. Your bodies will no longer anchor you to that material plane, and you will be set here as a lost one.
Ouch.
Yeah, we would simply stay with no way of getting back. But I have faith in the Changebringer. She knows how to show the way.
She knows the way.
So I just God damn it. I just thought of something.
I did-
If we put the hours
I
here,
didn't
but
think
the
of
sun
that.
doesn't move. What do you mean we're only going to stay for the night? There is no night or day. There's only time.
There is only time, but it's a common enough expression that they still utilize it.
Yeah, probably just,
24
stay for a
hours.
long rest or two.
Cool. What is your name? Looks at you, Corbin.
Corbin?
Will you teach them all how to trance when they need to sleep?
Wait, what? You can teach that?
Well, you're here. You do not need rest in the same way that a physical body does. You need rest for the mind only. To not go insane. While you're dead, you only need 4 hours to long rest.
Oh my god, that's so useful.
Yeah.
Does that mean I only need 2 hours?
No.
I'm kidding.
It means you know what you're doing.
You gotta teach us how to do that.
Yeah, everyone else is gonna be like, this is so weird.
That's like an extra 4 hours for me to read.
Jesus.
There is extra time.
Are we allowed walking
So-
around the?
No,
Sorry.
We're asked not to walk around.
please do
Is he-
not
was he-
wander.
Wink.
Please do not wander
Wink, wink,
aimlessly.
nudge, nudge.
However,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
please find your way to your rooms, as I am very busy and will not be babysitting you.
Yeah,
Mind
okay.
the aberrations that
The-
appear.
Are you kidding me? There's aberrations.
Of course.
Quick out of character explanation. What was the fire giant with the
Don't know if it's a fire giant. We know it's a
honored
giant.
yeah? Was the giant with the honored artifact also spoken in the same suggestive way
No.
as "Do not wander around"?
Ooh, it was not. Mm-mm.
So
It was
that
just
more of
stating-
a-
Given information, what we do with
Yeah.
it is up to us.
Exactly.
yeah. So the
He just heard about this guy.
He's lawyering the fuck out of this situation. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has a weapon that
As-
creates magma across the city.
Molten
Okay.
magma.
So,
Liquid hot magma.
Marcon, before we leave,
Yes.
can you tell us if there are anyone else who can provide more information about this Vormitry?
Quite possibly.
yeah,
Maybe.
there would have been others before us seeking to aid the fallen servant. We wish.
Wait. We're talking about Vormitri, not Vor.
Different people.
Yes, but it just sprung into my mind. There were others before us. I'm concerned they would also know the location of this honored artifact.
You're talking about the noisy halfling.
Talking about the
yes.
people before them who we sent.
No,
Those
I think
people
that's-
did not come here. How they got here, I do not know. But I have not been able to divine on them since
Oh.
they've been.
That do sound troubling.
But
Concerning.
just to reiterate, you know of someone who can tell us more, but you will not divulge that information?
I do not know of somebody who knows more about Vormitri.
Alright.
But I'm sure there are those in town who do.
Yeah. Well, we
Well,
thank you very much.
If you
And
need
allow
any
me-
assistance. Claps his hand. You watch as the large door swings open and a 2.5-foot tall halfling comes limping in, missing a section of his leg.
is this halfling familiar?
No,
Hmm.
that is Hobbles. He chose his own name before you ask. He has been a servant to us much longer than I have been a servant to my queen.
Ooh.
As such, if you have any questions, he is the only one here who is simply paid to work here. He does not worship in the same way.
Ah,
Nice to meet you.
I
Hobbles.
understand what he's saying.
Is that a gnome?
As
That's a gnome.
Yeah, I'm a gnome.
You're a halfling.
Yeah.
You're big. Looks at you, Yurik. No. Tobaxi. From
pleased to meet you.
You're one of the fairy ones.
I guess you could say that, yes. I do have fur.
Turns to you, Dorzen.
Ah, centaur. Good.
Can I insight that?
Go for it.
Everyone else gets to roll insight for something tonight.
What'd you get?
11.
This individual just simply stated what each of you are as a moment of observation. You see Jimmy does it all the time.
Yeah.
You notice Jimmy hasn't rolled a single insight so far. He believes everything.
All right. If you need anything, ask me. You don't eat, you don't drink. If somebody asks you if you want to have a drink, your answer is no.
Hobbles, where's the archive located?
Oh my, really? We haven't even left the throne room yet.
Larkhan starts walking out the door and goes, "Please do not tell them where it is, Hobbles. I bequest you not to." And he walks around the corner, voice still echoing as he leaves.
That guy's weird.
Yeah. Would you mind telling us, though?
Just so we know where
Why?
to avoid.
Well, we just
Oh, to avoid it.
want
Sure,
to
no
know
problem.
And starts
Yes.
starts hobbling away. So,
Alarm
Start
follows.
following him.
Yeah, Preston follows.
so you're all walking about 5 feet per round, walking behind him, very slowly as he is
I
hobbling.
stealth then.
Sure. Roll your stealth check. You have
Are we
advantage.
walking
Okay.
slow enough that we can count as a rest? A long rest?
Short rest. Short rest, I'll allow. So, as you start walking through the
Oh
halls
my god, a
and
19. So bad.
looking, oh, so bad, 19. Looking at some of the large set doors and walls as you are passing through, and goes,
Ah, yeah, you can just pick any of those rooms. It doesn't matter. You can sleep in it. Not the little one down there. That one's mine.
points, and it kind of looks like a mouse hole, but like it's like halfling sized mouse hole. Like think Tom and Jerry. It's literally that.
You
Yeah,
have
perfect.
a lovely room.
Oh, it's terrible. It's really small. Cramped as shit.
So you all continue walking through until eventually you come to a large door that is labeled in very old script. Very, very old Elven. To the point where I believe only one of you can actually read it.
Is it Sylvan?
It is Sylvan.
Yes!
It is the baseline value. But I think somebody else reads Sylvan in here.
No, I got Celestial.
Ah, close. And it reads, "The Archives of the Destined." And this is where we're going to end tonight's session. So, everyone out there in Twitch and D&D land, thank you so much for hanging out with us here today. I hope you did enjoy the show. The game's been a lot of fun. I've been having a blast here. Players, thank you so much for playing. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And welcome to Shadowfell, people. We'll be back.
Boy.
Goodbye.
Oh.